Hello, everyone. This is Micoy welcoming you back to another episode of the BLT podcast. I am joined by.
PokeArt 2004, and I think our guest has a slight echo.
Me?
Maybe a little. I do kind of hear a bit of an echo of us in your background.
Well, I don't have. I'm just on. I don't have a headphone system. I'm like broke in terms of technology.
Yeah, you do what you
Perhaps there's
gotta
an echo.
do. Yeah, you do what you gotta do,
Unless it's
Pokemon.
like unbearable, but I don't think I have the materials to solve it regardless. So,
Alright,
All right, we'll bear with it.
introduce yourself, guest.
oh yeah, I'm Drew. I play UU in this tour and in other things as well. And I moderate the Battling 101 forum.
Good. We
And
we
that's
got
it.
we got a accomplished we got an accomplished guest here, Pokey. Alright, show some respect. Alright. No. Last time we covered week 6 recap and week 7 predictions. Today, playoff season is over. Week 7 is done, and time to review some games before we head on to semifinal territory.
Did you just say playoff season is over?
I said week season is over. It's time for playoffs.
Legendary.
BLT is canceled. All right. Let's proceed now to the matches, shall we? Before I break wording again. All right. First off.
Okay.
All right. First off, the Flameslinger Skeledirges defeated the Arnistar Articunos. You may have noticed that the record says 5-2, which normally, that's the Articunos could still catch up. It's 5-5. It could go to a tie, right? Well, no. This actually was playoff indications. If Articunos did have a sizable lead over the Dirges, then they could realistically make playoffs. But since the Dirges made 5 wins, that means the Articunos are out of BLT.
And they dead gamed the rest of the games.
3 games, dead games, and these were the 3 I'm most looking forward to. Bowler versus Krang, Tuggy versus Shiloh, T-Land versus Losco.
I don't know about Toki versus Shiloh. That seems like a decent match, but like the other two were what I was looking forward to.
I wanted to see them.
Interesting.
All right. Now we get to the matches that actually happened. First off, SVOU, we got My Java versus Avarice. Now, this game, Avarice brought Masquerain to OU, which is...
Oh yeah.
Hold up, I didn't see this game. What?
He would do that, yeah.
Well, I need to see this for my...
Which is one of the most
Oh my
honest...
gosh, Avarice brought the Masquerain.
Which is one of the honest, web setters and intimidate users in higher tiers. But I guess Avarice wanted to make a combination of both, and Masquerain really is the only one.
Yeah, Dylan's unhinged.
Yeah. Avarice makes the most wacky builds, I noticed. So, although Masquerain did perform its role well enough, because it lived long enough to see Slowking die, and even dodged a Zapdos Hurricane at one point, which is a fortunate display of showing for Avarice's Masquerain. Garchomp using Draco Meteor to kill Great Tusk was kind of a fun surprise to see, especially, its set was the mixed Garchomp Life Orb set. A very common set in OU.
A fair amount of this team is Life Orb, huh?
And of course, the ending, we saw King Gambit use Terra Fairy to kill Terra Fairy Moltres Galar, who was fully set up with Nasty Plot and Agility and was ready to sweep, but Terra Fairy King Gambit put a stop to that.
Yeah, King Gambit pretty much soloed half the team. All my Java had to do was eliminate the things that could actually threaten it, which is honestly it's really just Iron Valiant. I mean, I don't really play OU, but just on a base level, Iron Valiant's the only really thing that can threaten King Gambit, regardless of Terra. Everything else can get messed up by a Terra. Golden Go is also kind of threatening because of the Terra Fairy and like Focus Blast, if it had it. But I mean, once the Valiant was gone and once the Golden Go was gone, which was turn 18, it was over.
Yeah, King Gambit was just free to sweep at that point.
Well, I mean, there was also a Garchomp.
Yeah, that's true. But the Garchomp was getting killed by Zapdos or was getting killed by Dragapult. And then all Dylan had left to do was to go for the Moltres sweep, but it wasn't going to get past King Gambit.
Right.
Especially with I mean, not that it even needed the Terra Fairy, but
it was just too fragile. It is a Moltres Galar after all. It cannot really take physical hits all that well. So King Gambit was just free to sweep. All right, next up in Ubers, we got Fogbound Lake beating Aberforth.
Oh, this game was hilarious.
This game,
yeah, I didn't watch it.
I saw this one live.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it live. I watched it after, and I audibly laughed.
Yeah, this is a real funny game. Terra Dark Zacian, first of all, being a standout, able to crunch Corviknight down to low, eventually killing it after. Killing it later, I mean. He just kept walling and stall. Aberforth just kept walling and stalling. Terra Dark Zacian. Alright. Mewtwo actually.
Yeah.
Mewtwo actually got to live a Koraidon outrage at one point. Eventually it got confused and killed itself, while Mewtwo just out of nowhere recovers back to full.
Yeah, right. I didn't even know Mewtwo was here until this game. I didn't even know Spectre was here until this game.
Oh yeah, there was a Spectre. This was
I remember this game now. This was the game where Fogbound had 5 Tauntmons.
Yes, I was gonna mention that. This was the game where Taunt just became the most useful move in Fogbound's arsenal. 5 out of 6 of his mines have Taunt, and we're able to shut down most of what Aberforth has got going for. He would try setting up, gets taunted. Try to set up, gets taunted. And yeah,
more like tries to heal, gets taunted. Tries to do any sort of status or anything, gets taunted. It's mostly prevented healing, I feel.
But Fogbound just thought to set up taunt at like almost every point. It was hilarious.
Well, it was mostly the end sequence when the only hope Aberforth had was that Arceus setting up. So he taunted with the Koraidon, and then he goes Mewtwo and he taunts. And I guess Aberforth expected that.
Yeah,
and then he goes to Miraidon and he switches out, and then he goes into Arceus, which I guess is max speed, or maybe he won the speed tie and he taunted again.
He was like, oh, why is he taunt? Why does everything have taunt? He even complained about that at one point. It was really funny.
Right. He said it, yeah, turn 38, yeah. Why is everything taunt? Ah!
And in the end, Fogbound Lake ultimately picked up the win because taunt broken, Claude and Skele fogged. Exactly. My opinions too, Fogbound.
Dang, I was gonna say that, but you said it perfectly.
Alright, next up, Drew. This may be in your wheelhouse because now talk about your game versus Yavitu.
Oh, Right. I was playing a test game with Piff this entire time. Yeah. Well, this game is funny mostly because I got accused by like 3 people afterwards for getting the team leaked.
Whoa.
Which is funny because I'm not a boastful person. Like in the grand scheme of UU, I'm definitely not top 10. I'm probably not even top 30 all time. Recently maybe I'm doing well this year, but I'm not like a god. I'm just an average player, you know. So being accused of of like getting a team leaked after I'm like having my best performing tour, because I'm 6-1, which is pretty good, which is kind of insulting, but like it's fine. I mean, I think Javi was joking, but LCAP messaged me, and I think he was genuinely serious that he thought he leaked. But
It's okay.
this entire
That's just
tour,
cap.
yeah, this entire tour, I've like prepped super early. So the team I'm using versus Javi in this game, I had built Monday, and we played on whatever day. So like, had Javi's team leaked, it would mean that Javi had built this team on Monday when I had my team built, which there's no way. I'm just a tryhard. So yeah, basically my idea was most of Javi's structures seem pretty weak to Quackable, and then T spikes is just a really great way to pair with it. Like especially when you're using 2 knockoff mons, so you knock off the heavy boots of, like everything runs heavy duty boots, like, especially like Alamomola can run it, Wochain runs it most of the time, Hippowdon can run it, 3 of the mons he's using. So that was essentially just my idea. And then I think they thought I had the team lead because of my Wochain set, which normally I run standard Wochain, but I just was like, what the hell? What if I run Mean Look, which is like, I didn't invent that set. Mean Look Wochain is like a very specific niche set that's been used a couple, like you might see it on ladder, you've seen it a couple of times in tournaments, but it's not common enough. When you're seeing a Wochain that you think of that, you think it's rest talk, standard rest talk, foul play, knockoff 90% of the time. The other 9% of the time, it's a leech seed variant, and then very rarely it'll be something weird. And I just thought that would be really funny if I faced up against Stall, because when you see a Wochain, and obviously mine is a leech seed Wochain, when you see it leech seed, immediately you know what the set is, and like, oh, I can wish, I can do whatever, and you don't expect it to mean look you. And obviously Wochain is pretty fast, and it's faster at Alamomola. So as soon as I mean looked it, Aloe is gone. And with Aloe gone and Wochain gone, I got Wochain gone really early. I had a Terra Grass Quag. I don't need a Terra Grass Quag anymore, which means I can use my Terra for whatever I want. And honestly, by the time Wochain died, which was like turn 5, I'd already won the game, because there's literally nothing standing in Quackable's way. So once I trapped Alamola, the game was extra over. Because I don't know, everything I did was just, I basically just clicked moves until I could get Quackable in, which was on a Tyranitar that had its choice band knocked off, and it missed a Stone Edge, but that didn't matter because I'm bulky. I was doing like 30%. So I just click Aqua Step and boom, I'm +1, and then he had a Hippowdon, so I just click Aqua Step because I'm expecting it to get roared. But then it turns out he's not even roar, and I'm bulky, so I eat a crit, and then all I do is Swords Dance and keep trying to see if he's roar, and he's not clicking it. Wait, what's that?
I don't think. From the set Hippowdon had, it was most definitely not the roar set that I've expected.
Oh no, it wasn't. But I just kept waiting to see if maybe it was roar and he wasn't clicking it, and then I'm like, when I was 100% sure he wasn't roar, I just Terra'd to grass and then finished it out. It was a pretty good matchup for me. That being said, I think Javi didn't play well. Because like
not like he could have expected me.
Yeah, I don't know. Going Talonflame turn 2 is weird. Like, I know U-turn was really obvious, but that's just kind of a needless prediction. You can just go Alamomola. I guess he didn't want to affect the toxic spikes. But even if you go Talonflame and you avoid toxic spikes, you're immediately getting hit with a Palisand, which you can't do anything to, and I just get a free poison off on something. So he U-turns, he goes Woe Chain, and then I immediately go Greninja just because I don't want to get any. I've already got an item knocked off. It's almost assuredly Rest Talk, so it's not going to be able to kill me, and I have my toxic spikes up, and the way my team's structured, everything pressures Talonflame, so he can't get an easy defog off. And then I was considering U-turn, but I was like, what the hell? I'm going to click Ice Beam because something's going to get hurt or poisoned. And when he stayed in and he lost Woe Chain, which 100% walled my Quackavole, not that he knew, but it actually did, considering I went for a weird set, it was literally over after turn 5. There's nothing Javi could have done unless I played like absolute crap to beat me. So that game was over in 5 turns, really.
Yeah, the start of it was definitely definitely a very good indicator. There were definitely points that FU2 can realistically come back to. Maybe he could have used his maybe he could have used well his Magnezone. Maybe he could try to roar you off if he had that in the first place with Hippowdon. But in the end, it was just a domination and a half.
Mostly from the builder, though. I mean, obviously, Javi just chose one turn not to play well, and there's nothing he can do after that. But I mostly just I mean, most of this tour, I've just gotten good matchups. I mean, which isn't like, I mean, I've obviously put a lot of time into prepping and scouting, but I've still landed a good matchup in every game other than the TMM one. So there's always that.
But hey, success is always a success, and um, hopefully this continues on when you when you play your game in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm scheduled. I got my team built. I'm ready.
Ah, yeah, let's go. All
Oh
right,
wow.
all right.
I was gonna say you can thank me for not getting a good matchup versus TMM.
Yeah,
Mr. Scout over here.
yeah, you guys
I'm
did
good at
well.
scouting. I'm good at scouting.
All right.
Yeah, we can move on to the RU game for sure.
Next up, we got Tear
Yeah.
Acid versus Some Thug. This one, I kind of expected Tear Acid to just win and win in a very expected kind of way. Hmm?
Yeah, he obliterated. I don't know I forget who Some Thug is, but all I know is it's not an RU main, and Tear Acid just rolled over him.
Yeah.
Some Thug is a Tor's room voice, I think.
Yeah. He got
Or driver.
rolled.
He does
Because
play.
he's several
Okay.
edges.
Yeah, so, Saru did say that RU is his best tier right now in Gen 9, but even then, like, it just pales comparison to what Tear Acid brought. Which, first of
Well,
all,
Tear Acid just brought a better team. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. He did have the better team. First of all, putting in the T spikes and the rocks in, just crippling some thug who tried to I don't know if he played his Toad Screw really poorly this turn, but yeah, his play of Toad Screw we really should have gotten in and tried to get rid of Hazard really early on so that the rest of his team just cannot get crippled by that point. But yeah, it doesn't look like a tier acid. It doesn't look like some thug played this too terribly well. Iron Thorns did look like a legitimate threat, but uh, only managing to take out Palisand and the poison, just kind of affecting it in the long run, really hurt some thug's team.
Overall, I'm just looking at Some Thug's team, and I do not like it.
Yeah, it's a weird team. Definitely, Tier Acid definitely has a much more bulky, much more standard, but much more effective team in hindsight. Arcanine just proceeded to sweep the rest, and
I,
Grimstar was taking out Blissey. That's it.
I
Yeah.
feel like this team has no coverage to a lot of things.
Definitely not. No.
And
No.
also, I feel like the Toadstool, especially with Leech Seed, is just kind of a weird choice because there are a lot of things in RU that Toadstool does not want to stay in on,
Definitely not. It's
let alone be on a team with against.
Definitely not.
No, Toad Scroll is like on paper, it looks like an amazing Pokemon, just its moveset and its utility, but in play, Toad Scroll is like the most disappointing Pokemon. I mean, it dropped from UU so fast, and even in RU, it's like highly mediocre. It could be an Enumon realistically. I don't know if it'll ever drop because it's so useful, but it's just not good. It's yeah.
It's going down the Torterra route, I would say.
Yeah.
If it didn't have such a bad ability, it'd
Mycelium
be
might.
better.
Mycelium might. Is bad.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
very
it's bad.
useful.
It does nothing positive, in my opinion.
It's a nothing ability. It really adds nothing.
I mean,
It makes
all
it
it
so.
does.
Do you know what it does, Micoy? Do you know what it does?
What does it? What does it do? What does it do? I never see it actually being played.
Okay, I'll tell you. It basically makes it so all powder moves or like stuff like Spore has -1 priority.
Why would you use that? Why would you use that if when you're a grass type and you have uh not overcoat, the item, that item that basically is overcoat. Bright powder.
What?
Not bright powder, duh.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, it hits its statuses on a switch. I mean, it functions the same as like analytic, but with status moves. I mean, someone switches and you can hit the stat like you don't move, or like especially like U-turns. Like pivot moves.
Mm.
You go last, so if someone pivots on you, then you hit the status. That's really the only applicable use of the mechanic in competitive. Really is going last on pivots, same as like Gen 8 Slow King teleport, or Gen 9 Slow King whatever the hell snow move it has now.
Chilly reception, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, Toad Scroll doesn't really want to take a U-turn most of the time, so it's like a very niche type of
Yeah, it's
mechanic.
bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
It's
it's
bad.
bad.
Let's just say it's bad. Okay, so the next two games over here, they dead game. So we're moving on to LC. Greedy EB versus Gorex. Prepare to see this freaking mon in a lot of LC games, especially in the future. I think this is the reason that they may ban this mon because of this specific set that we've seen in 3 out of 4 LC games.
Are you talking
Is it
about
the
the Growlithe?
Strudel one?
Hmm?
Is it the Growlithe? Didn't that get banned?
I
No,
think he's talking about Strudel.
I'm talking about the Strudel. So,
Oh, Shroodle.
the Grimer Alola did seem to be Greedy's MVP because it has pretty much every move designed to kill Gorex's mons. You got Gunk Shot, you got Ice Punch, you got Shadow Snake Peak potentially. Just everything except for maybe the Strudel, I guess. But even that has Ice Punch. If you tear it around it, it'll be Ice Punch. But whatever. Grimer uh was set up pretty nicely, but in the end, I feel like Greedy kind of wasted this potential and tried to switch in on a different other mines. Not really taking advantage of how Gorex would usually play at. And then, of course, the Strudel happened.
Oh yeah, we just got destroyed. Just
Strudel,
got wrecked.
Strudel, with its very, very specific set of Swords Dance, Knockoff, Gunk Shot, and Terra Blast, Terra Ground Blast, proceeded to sweep Greedy in the long run. And
Plus
Gorex
the
took the win.
don't forget the grassy seed combined with grassy terrain.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Giving it unburdened status. Or prankster, whatever.
Yeah, it was unburdened.
Unburden.
Unburdened. Strudel! Just prepare to see that in a lot of games that happened in week 7. Maybe potentially the in semis too, but who knows?
No, Micoy, Growlithe got banned, so
Is
that
Shurdo gonna
that
be?
means
Is that Shurdo set gonna be useful again?
no, it means Shurtle's gonna go down in usage. The Terra
Thank
ground set
God.
is going to suddenly cease to exist.
Thank God. All right. Next up, we got Tayo versus Chris Numbers in doubles. All right. So Tayo tried to outplay Chris using Ally Switch plus Lunar Blessing on Cresselia and Ursaluna in turns 6 to 7, particularly. But Chris knew ahead of time and just kind of protected, trying to do a protect play over there and really just try to pressurize Tayo in the long run. But the
I mean, this what? Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this game's literally just evidence of why Ursaluna should have been and then subsequently was banned. I mean, this entire game was literally just earn Ursaluna fest, and the only reason Chris Numbers won so easily of the Terra Ghost Ursaluna, which just nullified the other Ursaluna being able to try to win a speed slash slow tie, and then
Mm.
Chris just absolutely just dominated.
Yeah, very very much
Yeah.
dominated. Especially when the crucial turns happened, where first of all, Cresselia both lived a facade from Terra Normal and a Jet Punch priority from Palafin. Terra Ursaluna then destroyed the rest and ultimately, kind of just dominated Tayo from there.
Hmm.
It was definitely
That was your first and possibly only DOU win, right?
his only DOU win, Chris Numbers. Yes, so far Chris Numbers has been unfortunate in DOU, but hey, a win's a win. Thank God Chris Numbers won something.
Yes, that's his only doubles win. Yeah.
In a stacked
Oh
doubles
well.
pool, I'm almost surprised, but hey, Chris Numbers really needs to prove himself. At least 1 week. At least 1 week. All right.
Yeah. Well, if we make finals, I'll be back.
Yeah. Hopefully, praying. All right. Next up is the mono game. We got Seru versus Royal Reloaded. Royal brought a pretty demonic Enamorous set, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I didn't see this game, so I need to see what you mean.
This is
This
calm.
game annoyed me.
This
Oh, it's
calm.
normal.
It's Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire. This lasted the whole game.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, Sarah was like at the beach for some reason playing on his phone. But realistically, we shouldn't have won this. We got slightly unlucky because Enamorous comes out, so we go Chansey. So they
Yeah.
get one Calm Mind, and we go for the correct Thunder Wave, and then we miss. So they get they get an Iron Defense. We go for another Thunder Wave, we miss again. So now
Yep.
they've been able to boost twice. So we finally go for the Thunder Wave, which is fine.
Finally.
But had we not, we could have potentially been able to win this more easily because obviously Chansey's doing 28 with Seismic Toss and Draining Kiss only has 16 PP and it's paralyzed, so there's a chance that pair spam and whatnot um, could have won out. So if we land the Thunder Wave, that was kind of annoying, but also when Saru sacks his Chansey at turn 19 for whatever reason, that's just a massive choke because it only has 10 Draining Kisses left. And Chansey
Yeah.
had 7 soft boils left. 7 soft boils plus 21 seismic tosses. So that's literally a 1v1 that Chansey can easily win. And he sacks it to do some like ditto try to crit nonsense. So as this game was entirely thrown, we could have easily won this, and then he literally just made like every incorrect play possible. So like yeah, Royal brought a cool set, but it wasn't like this could have just been so easily won. We just
It
misplayed.
wasn't the most sanctity of wins, but yes, you're right, Drew. Chansey failing to soft boil stall it was what cost Seru, because after the Thunder Wave misses, you would think, oh, he's gonna try to stall it out with its PP because Draining Kiss plus Mystical Fire, uh, against Chansey's whole set. To be honest, like that, Chansey wins out 100%. But like once he didn't, what if he only had the foresight to know to soft boil stall? That was a that was gonna be his winning combo. But going for the Ditto immediately, just playing around with the 5 PP contingency, that just doesn't work most of the time. And you're not if you're really expecting a crit to happen, then good luck trying to hit it with only 5 PP.
Yeah, no, this was a little silly. Plus, like, even if Chansey does eventually lose the 1v1, there's really good odds that you get Enamorous low enough to the point where Mousehold can either kill it or Mousehold has 10 chances to get a crit. So there were just a lot of like odds in Sarah's favor in that 1v1, so it was just poorly played. Obviously the Thunderwave misses were really unfortunate because had the Thunderwave hit earlier, that would have given Chansey more chances, no pun intended, to seismic toss it, and it just increased the statistical odds because Enamorous would then be doing less damage with Draining Kiss because it would be needing to use Draining Kiss earlier, and then that would just statistically save more soft boils from Chansey. So how do we hit that initial first Thunder Wave that and Sarah didn't play like an absolute moron? The Enamorous would have not been on the win screen in this game, and then it would have played out. I don't play mono, so I don't know.
It
It
would
would
have
have
been
played out like
more
normal.
closer had the Enamers had been killed pretty early on.
It would have been a game, yeah. It was very poorly played, unfortunately. But
Mm.
he was at the beach, so I can't like
Why do you
entirely
play
blame
at the
him.
beach,
I guess.
Saru? Please.
I don't know. Man is living. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm
I just watched the game now, and yeah, just spamming, seismic toss and soft boil to just stall out the enamors seems like something you don't have to think about and you just click for. So I'm a little confused, not gonna lie.
I'm surprised the beach has really good Wi-Fi.
It was a little weird.
Anyway, now let's move on to the Phantom Trope defeating the Iron Path Ice Bundles. You guys lost. What happened, PokeArt?
This is why we lost Micoy. You butchered our name last week too.
Did I unintentionally cause the jinx? I'm sorry. All right. All right. So what? So first off, we had this one didn't do me any favors. One Last Kiss versus Lax. So
And
this OU game had Garganackle managing to stand up to Heatran just enough for the Salt Cure damage. Uh, Garganackle Garganackle basically took itself out with Heatran by that point. Um, One Last Kiss was doing a really good job playing around Landorus with Air Balloon Goldango well, but then you had eventually in around this turn, yeah, Terra Fairy Enamorous looked to be like a major threat to Lax's team, but Terra Steel Lando came in and O-coded with Earthquake. And yeah, I don't know exactly if Lax would have come back around with that because he had options to kill basically anything in Lax's team, but he was at a pretty sizable disadvantage that it made sense at the end to just go. It was really unfortunate. I really wanted to see One Last Kiss really play out that game.
Yeah, I think this could have been done a bit better, but like at the same time, what were we to do when the thing Terra stealed?
Nothing. Maybe a Great Tusk, but then again, you had maybe you had Great Tusk. I don't know. I don't know. It would have been really hard to play otherwise. It's just really unfortunate how it happened.
Once Enamorous died, we just lost to Dragapult, right?
Yeah,
Is that the game I'm thinking of?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. All right, next up, the other SVOU game, we had Dunox versus Kebab. Oh boy, really, Kebab started the game extremely well, out predicting Dunox at the start, using an Amorous Moonblast to kill Dragonite, Earth Power against Slowking Galar. It was a very, it looked to be a very Kebab centric win by that point, because he was just outplaying Dunox left and right and center. Uh, dumb play in hindsight. Dumb play in hindsight. Kebab tried to use Terra Fairy with his Enamorous versus King Gambit, but ended up losing it thanks to Iron Head. Why would he do that? Why would he waste his
Uh,
Terra on? Why would he waste his Terra on that?
Hold on. I don't think I actually saw this game. I just kind of woke up to it having already been played and seeing we lost. I'm like, the hell happened?
Turn 12. Turn 12 was the pivotal turn that I was talking about. Enamorous Terra Fairying to try to kill King Gambit, but and then it just succumbed itself to a an Iron Head. They not only switched out maybe against his own King Gambit, preferably as his own King Gambit, he would have had a better chance because Zamazenta's Great Tusk these loses to Enamorous. And had you saved the
Girls.
Terra for later, you would have won.
This tier looks so lame. They're literally using like the same team. They both have a Zamzenta and a King Gambit and an Enamorous and a Slow King, and they both have a Dragon type. The only difference is Cleaver versus Great Tusk, which are just both rock setters. It's just so dumb.
Oh, that's OU for you, Drew, in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
this tier sucks.
It's been solved. Just kind of looks dry.
Hi, Mr.
Yeah.
Michael. um, After that point, Dunox kind of shifted the game in his favor, using Zamazenta to crit kill Slowking Galar, using his own Enamorous to tank the Zamazenta's body presses, and taking the win with Great Tusk. It was Dunox's favored win by that point.
Well, I saw the turn where he Terra Fairyed his Enamorous, and well, I mean Micoy, he was simply doing it for an offensive Terra. He wanted to kill the King Gambit, but I
Yeah.
guess he miscalculated what set it would be.
I think that was a special and oh no, not special defense invested. Maybe it's just that Terra Fairy wasn't just enough for the kill.
I don't know what Enamorous set he used, so I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, that was just a really weird game, kind of a throwy game, kind of a choke game for Kebab's perspective, but a good win by Dunox, I guess. Next up, we got
Oh wow, yeah, I think I see. Wait, Miko, I think I see why Kebab went for the Terra Fairy because if you see how much Dunox's Enamorous did to his own King Gambit with Terra Fairy, it for sure would have killed. So I guess Kebab simply didn't know it had investment and was aiming to kill it.
So yeah, it kind of choked away that win, to be honest. Like, I wish Kebab had. I wish Kebab would have saved it for later when Kigambit is a little bit more crippled. But them's the investment, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he probably should have, saved that a little for later.
All right. Next up, Layson versus Mashing in SV Ubers. This one's a pretty happy game for you, PokeArt, because Layson dominated this game.
Yeah, I was very happy to see this.
So first he used Kyogre to paralyze Corviknight, and then crit Oko Tinglu using Surf. Um, Terra Waters
Oh,
up.
that's right. Lassen actually got pretty lucky here, didn't he? Huh?
Yeah, that crit kill on the Tinglu. That was pretty lucky, but there were more. Well, there was also Thunder on the Corviknight, but most importantly, that Surf, man.
Yeah, the hacks was tough, but Lazen also, I mean, made some just better plays with the doubles to Kyogre. He did get lucky, but I mean, he had two doubles to Kyogre that he nailed. Um,
Turn
also
six.
the
Yep.
with the toxic on Calyrex was really cool into the going Zacian and tearing to water and clicking Terrabast right when the Calyrex tears to fire. I
Yeah.
don't know if that was like an insane prediction or anyway, that was just a cool tech and a cool play, and then just winning out with Arceus Graz. I think regardless of the hacks, Lazen won because he's the better player,
Oh,
and
genuinely,
he's done
yeah.
really well this tour. But I mean, it was just kind of a master class.
Yeah, genuinely, yeah. From the Terra Water predictions up to Terra Fire, that was really cool. And then Arceus Grass just naturally walling and stalling it out. Layson just ultimately played better. Just was the better builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, Layston hasn't always cooked with his builder this season. It's unfortunately gotten him some losses, but he cooked this time.
He cooked and he had a good season. I'd say he had a good season. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, uh, he had a decent season. I don't remember what his record was.
It's positive. I'm pretty sure it's positive.
You're
Anyway,
pretty sure, eh?
I'm
Well,
pretty
well,
sure.
let me check that. You're optimistic, but I only say what, but I only spit facts based
You
on
aren't spitting facts.
what
You
these records
spit.
say.
Anyway.
What? Anyways, 3-3
Ah, neutral.
neutral.
Hey, that's good. That's a good in my book. That's a good season outright. Next up though, SVUU. We got TMM versus Rashay. Now, Drew, give your insight on this game.
Oh, I don't know. I say Rashi, but I don't know how people pronounce their names.
We talked about this last week.
Ultimately, I hate TMM's team with like a burning passion,
Oof.
just because Chestnut's just
Yeah, I
bad.
don't know why. Is that a common thing in UU?
No, Chestnut should be RU. Just shifts haven't happened yet, but no, Chestnut's just not good. If you look at like all the good Pokemon in the tier, you got like Talonflame, you have Salamence, you have Wochain, which really commonly Terras.
That was pretty
You've
good.
hit Powder. Like Chestnut doesn't even have the room to run Grass Stab, so you're not even going to be able to touch a Powder. It's just all it does is set spikes, but what you have to consider is the repercussions of like, okay, you bring it out, you set spikes, but the amount of Pokemon that can just switch into you and punish your team is just so incredibly high that it's just kind of a waste.
It is. It does feel like a
Um,
waste. Chestnut is just one of those Pokemon where I feel like there's a really specific player base in how you play Chestnut well, and this wasn't just it.
No, yeah. And then like turn 18, TMM terrestrializes his Slowbro to Fairy against a Greninja. And I don't know, there's no reason to do this because Greninja does not run Dark Pulse. It's a waste of a move. You want to be able to U-turn. Toxic Spikes and Greninja, everyone, it's just Toxic Spikes are too good not to use. And then you're going to have either Ice Beam or Grass Knot or in a water move, like Hydro or Surf. So it's not running Dark Pulse. So I don't know the logic behind the Terra Fairy other than for some reason TNM expecting a Dark Pulse, which is just not going to happen. So that was just a really big joke. And then there was this whole sequence of Hippowdon coming out versus a Surf Slowbro and clicking Black off while Slowbro.
Was he trying to
I was clearly doing above 50%.
Was he trying to like
I
do enough damage just to kill the Hippowdon?
I don't know. And then the other flaw with TMM's team is, and you always run removal. Some people don't. Those people are stupid. And TMM essentially loses because one, he lets his Slowbro get knocked off, and then he doesn't have removal. And then it's just game over. It was kind of a pretty cut and dry game, honestly.
Yeah, it's either hazard removal. The amount of time I've spent playing Yu games, like you really need hazard removal, especially because Wo-Chin is there, T Spikes Greninja, as you mentioned, is a kind of a common thing. Rocks, yeah. Hazard removal is kind of just a big thing to bring.
Yeah, if Tiamat had a hazard removal, he probably wins just because of the Gardevoir matchup is really good considering that Tinkaton has no wish support. So once you weaken Tinkaton, then there's no Scarf Pokemon. Its fastest one, Talonflame, which just gets outsped by Gardevoir. And had TMM not terrestrialized his Slowbro, and he is Terra Fairy Gardevoir, with the addition of having Sand Chip up, Talonflame, yeah. So I think TMM should have won this had he just made better choices in the builder. But he just lost to Toxic Spike because he didn't have removal. So
yeah.
That's literally all it is. He didn't have removal. He lost only because of that. All he had to do was have removal, and then he probably could have won or should have won, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, even if he didn't, had he not terrestrialized his Slowbro, I mean, it's turn 54. Rashi has a Wo-Chain that's terrestrialized in a sleep. The Talonflame's at 73%. The Greninja's at 31%. The only issue is the Palma's at 94%, but there's 2 spikes and Stealth Rock up. So you go Scissor and you Swords Dance, and if you're Terra Fire, you have a really good chance to win. Except he had already terrestrialized for no reason. And so he had no opportunities to use his Scissor.
Right. There's definitely
and then it was
there's a lot of ways they could have played better. It's just the fact that he terrestrialized early and failed on hazard removals is just what cost TMM in the long run.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things, but TMM should have won that. I mean, on skill alone, he's better. It's just weird plays and predominantly just a weird team choice.
And hey, Riche is also a good player, so I wouldn't underestimate him.
No, they are very good, but I mean, I'd predict TMM to win most of the time, but yeah, it was just some really weird decisions on their part.
Roche did not sound confident that he would beat TMM when he was here last week.
Look at that. I think the opposite effect happens to certain people, right?
Nah, we're not Yoko.
We're just anti-Yoko. All right. Next up, we got RU, Ars9 versus Ender. This kind of infuriated me watching, and it hasn't gotten better with age. Like, watching this game kind of infuriates me because Ars really should have won this. I mean, he brought Demon Bronzong in the first couple of turns, but Perish Song Altaria put a stop to that just to prevent an early sweep. Um, there was also the fact that Knuckle Stack kind of prevented Terragrass Sneasel Hisui by going Terra Dragon, living a CC, and then doing Salt Cure for the kill. But what really grinded my gears was the tricked scarf by Gardevoir on the Bronzong. Inder really played it around a good time and got the perfect turn to basically do the trick scarf onto the Bronzong set, further crippling ours in the long run, and then Inder just kind of outplayed at the end.
I'm gonna be honest. Do y'all remember how ours was basically like that was a bad play on his part, right?
Yeah, and the fact that he knew at the end too was like, ugh, it just doesn't it doesn't get better watching this match.
Like, sure, it may not be the completely ideal decision. It may not be the completely ideal play considering the position, but like I'd say the Bronzong switch-in was like highly likely though.
Maybe no, the Bronzong switching is the one that I didn't have a problem with. It's the fact that he stayed in against the Gardevoir that just kind of. So yeah, that was.
Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? Huh?
Go
Am
ahead.
I missing something?
Oh no,
Hold
yeah,
on.
you're right. Turn 24, he did switch in on the Bronzong. It's just switching into Bronzong against the Gardevoir. Okay, it's fine, it's fair, it's a fair assumption, but like they
I mean, he's not gonna switch in much of anything else, is he?
no, I guess not. Even Reverroom can take the
Like
beating,
Reverum, maybe.
or even
Like
friggin' Altaria, if you're ballsy.
no, not Altaria.
If you're ballsy,
That's stupid.
if you're ballsy,
That's
but
stupid, Micoy.
in the end, Inder kind of outplayed. Good for him for taking out Ars9, but like, yeah, this game just wasn't very well played.
Honestly, though, like even if it supposedly was not the ideal play from Ender's position, that doesn't make it a bad play. Like if you think your opponent is going to do that, why not go for it?
It's
Who says you gotta
fifty-fifty.
play it totally ideal? Who says you can't get an edge on your momentum like via that? Besides, if he goes for a normal Moonblast and the Bronzong just naturally switches in, he gets the setup. Does Ender want that? No,
Of course
not at
not.
all.
No, of course not.
Although I guess Altaria was also still alive, so
True. True.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway,
It worked.
next up we got After Turn 2 versus Saba. This one, Altaria brought, oh no, Saba brought a pretty interesting rain team. Never seen a build quite like this.
Oh, he didn't build that.
Oh, oh, he didn't. But I've never seen this kind of build in NU. Uh, it's pretty interesting.
I have actually. I don't think it's very common in high level games, but let's just say in my week versus Toki, I was playing the NU ladder, and I actually ran into a few rain teams.
And you came across this kind of rain team, huh?
Yeah. I did. I did come across this kind of rain team. I never lost to it, by the way. I didn't think of it, I didn't think it was very good, so I was honestly a little surprised to see that Saba was going with rain.
Hmm. So it's good. It's just good. It's well handled. It's good. Okay. Golduck tried to go for Ice Beam immediately against Appleton, which was kind of unfortunate done. Me and Galen talked about it. Like he should have done Nasty Plot first, so we could Golduck just could take 2 hits from Apple Acid. I personally think that he shouldn't. He should have switched out otherwise, but it's just me.
Should have either switched or should have either nasty plotted.
Yeah, but going for the Ice Beam immediately, just why? Appleton is like specially bulky, too specially bulky for your own good.
Yeah, that was definitely a max. That was probably max HP, max special defense.
So, Terragrass Pyroar somehow became a threat, somewhat of a threat, killing both uh, Murkrow and Golduck before it pushed Quillfish actually dodged a Will-O-Wisp from it, which was pretty fortunate for Saba's case. And then the end game happened, which I was really surprised by, and I was practically doing what during the live reactions. It was Scyther.
Yeah, this was a very this was a game. This was a very like wait, he loses. Wait, no, he's got oh, wait, he wins. No, he loses. He wins. This is a
Wait,
very sort of what's the word? I'd call it a back and forth game, but I don't know, but I
it's
feel
a
like
heart
that more
pounding game.
describes even game.
It's a heart pounding game that really tests your
Yeah,
emotions
a
and your
very suspenseful game because it kept being a bit uncertain. It kept being uncertain who would win. Like
now.
once Quillfish died on Axortix's side, momentum started to pick up for Saba, I think.
Yes, because by the time turn 21 hits, Saba got to set up a sword stance and then the following turn he got to Terra fighting, which I didn't think he would bring. I thought he would bring Terra ground. And just started going and then started setting up and got Trailblaze on the Pyroar to get the hit and the kill, and then proceeded to just close combat the field afterwards and Aerial Ace to take out Scyther and Appleton.
Yeah, like wow, that was a comeback. Goddamn.
That was a clutch win, a very very good clutch win. I'm a fan of that. Well done, Saba. This is why you're the wild card of tournament room.
My yeah, but like my god, for most of that game we were like, damn, this is dire. Oh, I don't think he wins. But then and then like when Axortix U-turns the Jolteon and it's too low to come back out even though it volt switches and we're like, no. But then the Scyther, it comes in and we're like, hey, wait a minute.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, oh, I see. We win.
Scyther was like, nah, I got this, fam. Goes on to killing the close combat rage and sweeps. It's fun. Um, so yeah, Sabo took the win from Architects. Very good win. Next up,
Uh, admittedly, I feel like Saba could have played a bit better. He admitted this. That he probably could have played that a little better at points, but like, good on him for like barely squeezing that win out.
it was definitely a good win. Next up, we got Danny versus Ryuji and PU.
This is another game that I woke up to having already been played and lost, and I'm like, I'm not totally surprised, but still, what happened?
Ryuji had a pretty unlucky time, okay? Hitting paralyzes
Oh
against
no.
both getting paralyzed from both his Misdreavus and a Houndoom, which he kind of sorely needed for the speed control to be in his favor. But the fact that he missed it twice, they missed it twice against both Misdreavus and Houndoom, two very fast PU mods. Yeah, he he was very unlucky at that
Oh
point.
man.
Dartrix on Danny's side had a pretty solid time killing Gabite, who oddly wasn't affected by rough skin.
Hmm?
Like
What do you mean?
turn 9 to turn 10, I guess. It wasn't affected by rough
But
skin.
you see, Micoy, I think you need to understand that Dartrix has an ability.
Long reach, isn't it? Right.
Long reach.
Long reach just does that to you and just unaffects you by rough skin. Good play there, Danny. Very, very well played set there.
Okay, I'm watching the game and I see that. Oh, see, I was seeing the quillfish. It was setting up,
Oh
and I
yeah,
see
yes it
this
was.
mischievous, and I see it's like it sets up on the mischievous. So I'm like, oh, is that gonna be okay? He
Yeah,
terrifiers. Danny goes for the wisp. Uh, that's the ideal situation, but
right,
no. The
right.
mischievous uses power gem.
And kills it. Which
Hmm.
was that a unfortunate play in hindsight?
Well, it's not like we could have seen that coming.
Uh,
Clearly Ryuji predicted the Terra fighting, or at the very least a Terra, because he didn't
a
outright
Terra.
attack it with Crunch, and rather opted to Terrify our Swords Dance. Because yeah, he predicted a Terra Will-O-Wisp, and yeah, I don't think most Mischievous run Power Gem, so this was unexpected. I can't blame Ryuji for being felled by this.
And
I would be too, pretty
yeah,
much.
the end game wasn't really nothing much else to say about this end game, honestly. Like Danny just played a much more solid game. And yeah, Ryuji, what happened? Again, I guess better players just got the best of you this time.
What can I say? Ryuji went into this tier being new to it, I think.
Mm,
So I guess he just ended up getting yeah, done in by players who probably knew the tier a fair bit better.
better
And
than him.
yeah, I wish he could have had a better season. He started out pretty awesome in my opinion.
Same.
Never gonna forget week 1. That was great.
And he fell off. And then he fell off hard.
He
Alright.
beat Losco. That's honestly all that matters.
It did. Alright. Next up. Ace Hunter 1 versus London. This was the first time I saw this particular Strudel set. Um,
Yeah, because this game happened on like a Thursday.
but it was London dominated Ace Hunter in this matchup, bro. Like using a Scarf Gothita energy ball to kill Hippopotas and then chip Diglett hard. And then, Gurky did well to manage to get rid of Ace's scarf on his Terra Ice Gothita before being killed by it. and then just preventing it from becoming like a true threat. And then of course Strudel happened, which it's a web.
This was a damn short game.
You don't see LC games that last this long, do they? Or this short, I guess. Do they?
You don't often see LC games. Oh dear, that was bad echo.
Yeah, you don't see that
You don't often see LC.
LC games go for.
Drew, could you mute yourself when you're not talking?
Anyway, yeah. You don't
All
see
right.
you don't see that thing doesn't help. The LC games tend to do that short, huh?
Yeah, as I was gonna say, you don't often see LC games that are shorter than doubles games.
No, no. I can't think of even one that happened this week, honestly. Or this BLT, I mean.
There was a doubles game that was longer than this, so yeah.
Hilarious. Next up, is this the doubles game you mentioned? I think it's next up we have Akira Kokoyo versus the Cheese and One.
Cheese is a goat. He started off kind of weak, but like
He picked up.
he went positive.
He went positive and he picked up post home doubles really well. Because he dominated Akira Kokoyo in this matchup, using Tara Water Volcarona to boost up Quiver Dance and Substitute, while using Grimmsnarl for screens against Akira's team. And
Anyone care to notice that this is the exact same team that London brought last week in the spot of doubles?
yeah. Many key-eyed viewers would be quick to notice, like, this is the same team that London brought. And yet she seems to win with this one. I wonder who built that team.
Well, Cheese went into this thinking. Well, you see, Miko, I'm pretty sure Cheese built the team.
Yeah, I was making a joke. Whatever you.
I was gonna say, Cheese went into prepping, be like, yes, Terra Water Volk looks good here.
Someone explained to me why there's a user named I want a Tego to sit on me. What's the
Drew, you're like one of the many players who have asked that question.
what's the like, first of all, how's that even a name on the site? It doesn't make sense. I'm so confused. And they won too, which is funny.
Oh, they went positive overall as well.
Oh my
That's
god.
the funniest thing. But yeah,
Oh.
Akaru oddly was trying to go for Volcarona most of the time. He would just went for Psychic against Volcarona. I'm like, why? Why would you try to target the freaking Volcarona when you have other options available to you? And with Cresselia,
Well, thing is, does he have other options?
hey, Fluttermane, maybe, or Salona, I guess, but
Yeah, you have to also get the Ursaluna in like nice and safe, and that's a little tough.
that's hard, yes,
A
but
little tough.
basically the Cresselia
Also,
stayed up too long.
Micoy, recall, Reflect is up, and the Cheese and One has a Wo-Chen.
I guess.
So that's basically Ursaluna taken care of.
Speaking of that, like aside from that, like once the Terra Water's been revealed, I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna go to Amoongus Den and try to, clear Smogget. But that didn't happen, of course.
On what turn?
Actually, no, he actually sent it out way too early, I think. Maybe turn
At
7? No, not 7. 6? 7? Around that time?
um
Around that time, yeah. Maybe
here.
maybe he could could have used
Yeah.
this to try to clear smog, the Volcarona boosts, but otherwise, that was it. Volcarona just kind of swept all the game.
Hold on. Let me go back to turn 7.
No, 6.
Oh yeah, Micoy. It didn't matter because Trick Room wasn't even up, so it wouldn't have been able to clear smog or do anything anyways.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe you could have saved that for the end game. I don't know. But it was just kind of unfortunate that way, I guess. Next up,
Yeah.
Monotech,
But
Mihawk.
but yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of Cheese. It was very fun to team with Cheese. I hope to team with him again.
And maybe talk some anime, you weeps.
Yes, he clearly has good taste in anime from what I can tell.
Oh my. Well, a bit wanting Otago to sit on him, yes.
No, he's a Code Geass fan, Mikoi.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, fire. That's fire. Okay, next up, Monotech, Mihawk versus Asik. And oh boy, what a matchup this is.
Yeah, I gotta say, ASIC losing is like the best recent event to happen since like the Russian government almost getting overthrown, in my
Whoa!
What?
opinion.
Whoa!
Excuse
Wow! Drew going hard.
Anyway,
Alright.
yeah,
It's
I
not
like
like this is the first time he lost or anything.
it. I don't know.
He's lost
Anyway,
before.
ASIC's funny. He was doing too much. He was trying to beef too much in the regular season.
He went hard though. He cooked. He cooked a lot this season.
No, I'm just joking. The Russian government almost getting overthrown is sick though. Anyway, this matchup was, I don't know. I don't even think Steel is like capable of beating Flying.
Oh, when you see the game
It's
itself,
just there's
oh dear
too much
God.
bulk. There's too much bulk to get in the way of King Gambit, which is like the only breaker. And like
Right.
with the disgusting Tornadus theory and now existing, Golden Go may as well not even exist. So it was pretty stacked in ASIC's favor,
His matchup
just
wasn't.
matchup wise.
Yeah, his matchup wasn't very good. Meowth had an easy time playing around Azix Mons using Enamorous to kill Golden Go, outplaying King Gambit's Sucker Punches enough with D Knight's E Speed. Uh, Tornadoes and Thunders just cannot kill Goodra with multiple Focus Blasts and Thunderbolts, which was pretty funny. But other than that, it was just a really hard matchup for Azik, unfortunately.
What in the? Did he actually hit 4 focus blasts in a row?
But he couldn't kill it. He couldn't kill the thing until it died.
Well, yeah, he didn't get 8 kills with it, but like still, he hit it 4 times in a row.
You never see that.
Dude, Gudra's stats are nuts. It is a 600 BST, dude. 80 HP, 150 SPDF. You invest into that. A Pokemon is hard to kill. God
So he's
damn.
an incredible waller for a reason, especially
Well,
with
yeah,
BST.
all pseudo legends are base 600 BST.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
even his Lagoon Hitsui is like almost breakable in PU.
Hell, it's not even the most breakable thing in NU either.
Ugh. Gumi family too strong in Hisui. Anyway, that was it. That was the matchup. Next up, we got Rufflet beating the Laxus. Or, yes, curb stomping actually the Laxus. 8-1.
What? Oh my god.
You want to talk about reigning champions getting curb stomped? Well, here you go. Friggin' Rufflex took the boat and went with it.
Oh my
God damn, did they finish last? I thought we were
Rufflets finished
bad,
last.
but like
Oh, yeah, Rufflets finished last, right?
no, Rufflets are in the you're facing
Oh
them
no!
right
Why do
now.
I keep getting bundles and Rufflets mixed up? I don't know why. Because
Is it
the
because we're
Pokemon
both
looks the same.
birds?
No, the Pokemon looks it's like my no, my brain's just whack. Anyway, yeah, no, the bundles finished last. The Laxes finished second to last because bundles had 4 points. Laxes had 5. Or
Oh,
no, but Kuno's also had 4, didn't they? So yeah, Laxes finished 5th,
Yeah.
I think.
Which is
hold on,
Yeah.
let me look at this.
Pretty sure they finished 5th because bundles and Kuno's had 4. And then Vicious had 6, Laxus has 5, and then, Troop 8, Rufflet's 9, us 10, and then Goro's 10 by differential.
I'm not sure if these standings are updated because it shows the Dracovishes in 4th, and that's not what happened.
Yeah, no, the sheet was never updated. No one, the conspiracy to not update the sheet.
Let me have access.
But yeah, no. I think it's funny that because everyone mathematically could make playoffs, but only 4 teams are making playoffs. So I just thought it was a little silly that the teams that had no mathematical chances. Well, I'm all for optimism, but I appreciate realism. So it was the Kunos and the Laxes were all and the bundles were all so optimistic, but realistically it was us Goros, Rufflets, and then either
Wait,
Wishes or
wait, you didn't think us bundles were actually optimistic, did you? I don't
know.
think we've had
There's a lot of
motivation for
optimism
the last
floating
few
around.
weeks.
Maybe.
I don't think we had
Yeah.
much motivation for a while.
Okay.
No, I feel bad for Laxes though, because Ziri went 6-1, and so did Star. They both went 6-1. That's a collective record of 12-2, and their team lost. I mean, that's just devastating. Imagine doing so well, only for your team to just not be able to pull the extra wins. It's tough.
Anyway, going into one of the games, one of the players you mentioned. First off, Starmaster versus Sylveon using Calm Mind. One of the cases where
Well,
Star
no, that
was
Star Master is different than Star.
yeah, Star
Uh,
Star
no,
was
it's
hmm?
Wait, Star Master? No, I'm thinking of Star Real. Oh my god, it gets so
oh my
confusing.
god. No,
Oh,
if you go to the actual replay of Sylveon versus Star, you'll see he's playing Star Master.
no, I know. I mean, I'm even in the replay too. My brain. Hey, I was traveling internationally for 3.5 weeks, and I just came back, so I'm getting killed by jet lag. Don't mind me.
Oh dear. 3.5 weeks?
Yeah, I was in Germany. I literally played 3 of my matches in Germany on my phone.
And you won.
That's nuts.
I won 2 of them. I lost to TMM. I can blame that loss by being on my phone.
I never win games when I travel.
I do.
Yeah, Sylvia Sylvia Soki had a good had a good tour. Did it pretty well.
He did amazingly, but here against
For real.
Starmaster, he was definitely outmatched at this point. Sylveon tried to go for the sweep early, using Bolter's Galar and Roaring Moon against Heatran using setup moves, but Heatran immediately went for the Magma Storm, which even shipping Roaring Moon, so the Tornadus couldn't take a hit, and then Brave Bird it for the kill. To show you what I mean, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, well, Sylveon
Go on, go on.
I was just gonna say they curse themselves by naming their Pokemon after their teammates. Anyone who does that deserves to lose, in my opinion. Um,
I feel
but
like I've seen this happen more times than just wait, nope. No, I'm just thinking of other Sylveon games, yeah.
The other Sylveon
yeah,
games.
but yeah, Star's just. I mean, Star's one of the best players on the site.
No
And
question.
like Sylveon had a good tour, but just in comparison, skill wise, and plus like tier experience wise, Star is like a 80 to 20, odds to
He's on
win.
another level.
Plus
Damn.
He's on another
Sun
level.
is so good now.
Yeah. Oh,
Plus, like Heatran is just that Pokemon is so fat. It's unbelievable.
Torkoal managing to tank an earthquake from Excalibur, who then proceeded to substitute the next turn. Why? When you are affected by yawn? Turns
I don't know, man.
12 to 13 if you're curious, but just why this kind of play, and then it just rendered it unable to move because Torkoal just kind of chipped it as well with flamethrower. Ugh.
Allow
Yeah,
me to
I think we were
say
like,
uh
oh, go on.
I was gonna say that I really thought Star Master not Star Master, Sylveon might actually like reverse sweep with the backs, but then nope. Just Terra Water the Walking Wake and it's all better. No
Well,
sweep.
it's over by
In
that
fact
point, but
in
yeah,
fact Walking Wake.
The Excalibur play, allowing it to yawn was like allowing it to get crippled by yawn was unfortunate, and Starmaster just handily won by that point. The threat was even gone. Anyway, next up, JJ09 versus ACR1. This didn't happen. I would like to see it. Next up, though, Genius from Hoenn versus MC. We didn't. We didn't really.
So why did Russia predict in favor of Genius from Hoenn again?
This was no idea.
I mean, at this point, Skeledirge is basically an Uber's Pokemon, considering how good it is and how many. No, literally, I remember one week when Fog was preparing. He was like, "Yeah, my team is 100% 6-0'd by Skeledirge. I hope we don't face it." And I was like, "It's an OU Pokemon. Why are you scared of it?" And then
No.
seeing like a bunch of these Ubers matchups just shows how ridiculously good a Pokemon is when it has even a remotely decent defensive, like a remotely decent typing plus boots plus unaware is just
Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Yep. Skeletor.
Yeah, especially in a tier that now has Zacian
Which is
Mhm.
another like
and
freebie.
normal Arceus with G speeds.
Which is another thing because Skeletor just basically walls both. Um. Yeah.
That's my point.
Tinglu managing to get a spikes in despite Giratina's defog spam, despite the toxic. Interesting, like first couple of turns there, it was just going. Genius from Hoenn was like really adamant to just not get hazards in, and just to the dismay of his to the chagrin of his Giratina, who just ended up getting stalled and walled by to death thanks to Tinglu. And then, of course, the MVP of this game was the Arceus Water, managing to calm mind and recover, Earth powering to kill the Clodsire, to prevent water absorption, of course, even critting it for the kill. And then the
Dang.
Scarf Coridon basically killing Zacian and Eternatus, killing Skeledirge. just netted FC a safe win. Overall, it was just a very expected win from FC. Just kind of expect him to win at this point.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Roche was thinking.
Maybe he wanted to do the same thing I did last time when I predicted Genius from Hoenn winning against.
Like, I don't think even Yoko would predict in favor of Genius from Hoenn here.
We are clowning on Yoko so much. It's crazy. All right.
But wait, let's actually see. Did he predict in favor of? Did he predict in favor of him? Let's see. Oh, yeah. You see, not even Yoko predicted in favor of Genius from Hoenn here.
Nope. All right. Next up, SVUU Slip versus Udon Girl. Any insights, Drew?
Oh my god, it's the only
Finally.
reason I'm here. I don't. I don't know if I watched this game, but I will watch it live and see. Udon Girl brought a boring team, and Slip brought offense
HO.
with a Tinkaton, which is questionable. Yeah, the Poltergeist outside of psychic terrain is worse than it could be because obviously the Slitherwing comes in and uses first impression, which
Right.
had it not, it would have forced a woe chain terror or at least like a weird 50-50. So that was weird. Swords Dance Tinkaton on Hyper Offense is weird, but it was Stone Edge. I don't. Well, I don't know what ability. I don't know what item it is yet, but it got lucky and dodged a Will-O-Wisp. I wonder. Let's see. Is it? Maybe it's Lumberry, but it's. I don't know. It should probably be Bulldoze though, just considering how common Magnezone is, and Udon Girl loves Magnezone.
What Pokemon are we talking about?
It was the Tinkaton versus the Magnezone on whatever turn.
Yeah, that was it. Like that was
This is
Okay.
yeah, that was basically it. And like Tinkaton having Tinkaton having Stone Edge as well to kill the Talonflame. That was a neat thing, I guess, but bring by Slip.
yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think because on turn 14, Udon Girl goes for the U-turn on the Salaman switch in. Oh, hold on. Let me. I want to calc. I want to see. What Choice Band Slitherwing does to an Iron Jugulus. First impression does 85 to 101, and it was at 88.
Yeah, that's good.
Yikes.
Good range.
So
I think it would have killed either way. Yeah.
I mean, looking at this, it looks like Slip could have just won had he calced and not let Iron Jugulus get chipped because that's like a 97% chance to win. Either that or you sack Mousehold because you turn a first impression or whatever, then you just bring the Jugulus back out, and then probably win the Draco Meteor on that. That's so weird. I don't know what Salamence would run Draco Meteor if it's a Dragon Dance set. You would want to be able to run at least a fire move, and then also this is such a weird game because turn 17 you got the Jugs. And Slowbro's not killing you, I don't think. So I don't know why he went for Dark Pulse as opposed to clicking Hurricane. I I mean, I don't know what you have to lose other than you missing. And then
He
he
wanted to try to
goes
predict the slow bro.
Salamence.
I think he wanted to just try to predict slow bro, just staying in, maybe take a chip out of it, but that doesn't even make sense considering the Slitherwing is still there and pretty much active. It was a weird couple of it was a weird Iron Juggler display in hindsight, yeah. And then of course the ending with Terra Poison Slowbro eventually winning the game for said Udon, just kind of stalling and walling, just tanking the Terra Fire, Mousehold Tidy Up, and Terra Blast combo, and just keep body pressing Iron Jugulus for the win. It was a solid, I guess, kind of play, but it was a really weird game in hindsight. I have to agree on Drew with that. So yeah, going back to what we were saying, Drew, about the Iron Jugulus.
I just think Slip should have won that game pretty assuredly. Udon Girl played well to win, but just that like end game, I think what Slit had to, because Slugger only has 8 slack offs, so you can't just keep slacking off. So I think at some point, which is the turn throw surfed, I think that's a really easy play to make a prediction and click population bomb because you're going to do more damage.
No, actually, wait, what item was the mouse hold?
It would have been whatever item helps you hit like wide lens or something. You would have done more damage, and then you just go.
Actually, that's not true because I'm 90% sure. Wait, what item was that slow, bro?
Well, it would be Rocky Helmet, but I still think you do more damage.
Exactly. No, it would die after one hit.
Not one hit.
Because-
no, because it was at 100. It was at 100%.
Yeah.
I was saying
you're right.
before the slow bro
Right,
click surf.
before the surf.
So what Rocky Helmet does?
Maybe.
Rocky Helmet does 16. So you're getting what, like 6 hits or 7 hits? 6.
I think
maybe?
you're getting like
You're getting 6.
I think Rocky Helmet gets rid of about 16 to 17 health. So what's
15 to 20% more, and then you just go jug. I'm really shocked that Slip lost that. That's weird. It's weird.
It's a weird game. It's a weird game to be sure. It's a very short game as well. Not the kind of short game that we've seen in UU standards. It's just UU definitely is just a very like long game.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. Udon Girl wins, continuing the momentum. Oh wait, the week's over. Next up we got actually no, Ruffles could maybe I don't know. Anyway, next up we got Elfuzon versus Plaz, and they both play with Ranpokes.
Yeah, the week was over, huh?
This one basically both had Ranpoke teams. And this was funny. Elfuzon did kind of choke a bit by losing his Ditto after switching into Plaz's Dragalge, hoping to remove spikes. But unfortunately, Ditto doesn't do that. It doesn't get rid of the spikes almost immediately. It just lets you transform into Ditto. That's just it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
The in-game abilities. As Plus mentioned, we got the in-game abilities. Arcanine missing it. Willow against Terra Dark Grimsnarl was kind of unfortunate. Was kind of weird. And then Zora just ended up cleaning the endgame thanks to hazard support. Cloister just not very much in a good position to sweep. Elfuzon just kind of had a hampered time dealing with toxic spikes and rocks in his field compared to Plas.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Cloister not being boots didn't help.
That too. Like, if it had boots, it would probably have sweep near the end. Yeah, that was it for Elfuzon versus Boss. Moving on to next up, Piyush beating Ziri.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Muck happened, and this was a crazy muck. This was a
Oh,
crazy game. Um, Magneton managing to flash cannon Jolteon despite Hyper Voice, just enough for the Bruxish to get the kill with Crunch. That was an interesting kind of like a switch around back and forth play. Involving Piyush's Jolteon and against Magneton and Bruxish. Terra Dart Cacturn was kind of a menace. Sucker Punch OHKOing Oricorio, but Terra Fighting Scyther allowed it to survive on one hit, thanks to, and then just kill it with close combat. It's really funny. And then Muck happened. Curse to set up and tank Crabhammer her hits from Cloth, and then just using Drain Punch and Shadow Sneak to sweep the rest of Ziri's mons.
yeah, I was once told that Ziri does not do well versus hyper offense.
Oh, that's the way to beat Ziri, huh? Hyper offense. Just kind of cheese his way through. Thanks for the tip.
That's basically what Piyush did, no?
Thanks for the tip. Hopefully we'll. Oh wait, right. Laxes are gone, so Ziri can't even play anymore. Rip. Okay. So in future games, maybe in future BLTs, that's the way how to beat Ziri, folks. All right. Next up, PU. We got Yes or No, My Dude versus Tenebrasite. This one, Tenebrasite actually built quite a weird, but I really love this team. Slacking using Encore to immediately outspeed and trap Misdreavus to only doing Calm Mind. That was clever. You never think that Slacking would run Encore, especially because it's a Slacking. But it got off, got the Calm Minds in, and Encored. Oh no, got Misdreavus to only do Calm Minds in, not really attacking all that much. It's kind of trapping actually. Um, Even Terraferring didn't do really any much favors. Rotom Frost did some damage, managing to hit 3 blizzards in a row before succumbing to Crabominable. But overall, with the usage of both the Charizard, who was Dragon of all things, and just
The
overall
usage of which Charizard? They both brought it.
Xenobrasites Charizard, the one with Dragon on it. Um,
Ah,
that was nice and got the kills basically needed, just playing around all that nicely. Overall, not too much to say. It was a very good win by Tenebrasite, very well played. Hopefully we'll see much more Tenebrasite play in the future. Maybe in semis, who knows. Next up, we got Vinny the Winnie versus Hacker. Maybe this was the Lax's downplay. Maybe they just had too much Vinny the Winnie. Vinny the Winnie was too much of a hot player to try to get him into to 4 or 5 straight weeks, letting him play. 3 weeks actually, letting him play in his best tier.
dang, you really hate Vinny, don't you?
I'm just questioning why they put Vinny in for 3 straight weeks when they know they have better subs there. Ugh,
Do they?
maybe, I don't know. Um, But yeah, Hacker just dominated. Did his best to try to immediately get rid of Webs first by using default Drifloon, avoiding losing to speed control to Vinny very early on. Sandy Gas tanking the Hisui Growlithe's Flare Blitzes long enough for the kill was very nice. Ultimately, though, I think the paralysis on the Crabrawler really cost Vinny, as which allowed Terrifier Growlithe Hisui to just come in and sweep, netting Hacker the immediate win. So yeah, that was kind of a short LC game, but kind of a dominant display in how much Hacker really tried to play around using Terrifier Growl with Hisui. which needed to be banned.
Oh yeah. Also, Micoy, it has been banned.
Good shit. Stayed that way, Jesus. Even friggin' in the tier shifts. All right, next.
Micoy, LC doesn't have tier shifts.
Good. Good. LC Ubers. Even ban it's LC Ubers. Next up, SMB versus Aragon, which Aragon beating SMB, was that really ever in doubt? Especially from the way things have turned out in BLT so far. Oh,
I can't believe predicting against SMB actually paid off. I'm so sad.
and this was not even a like no, I wouldn't say horrible game. It's just out predicted. Aragon just completely outplayed SMB here. Early game though saw Chien Pao and Dragonite failing to kill both Palafin and Chi who used their buffs. For example, Chi used Grassy Seed, and the bulk up Palafin, using those both buffs to good advantage and ultimately killing them, which was very nice. Landorus using Stomping Tantrum to kill Fluttermane was a surprise. Terra Dark Mew to prevent Prankster from really affecting Aragon's Mons, especially Mew. But yeah, it was just an outplaying, and SMB had no choice but to succumb to the Aragon, who really took doubles OU by storm this year. I'm really glad that Aragon gets a lot of usage here.
Aragon gets a lot of usage? What exactly does that
I
mean?
mean, he got some high usage. Like every
Again, that what
it's called
he
Pokemon analogy. It's called analogy, PokeArt.
no, I don't think that really works here for a player.
Don't worry, it fits. It fits in my head, okay?
Yeah, in your head. Just your head, Micoy.
Alright. Next up is the mono game. Was supposed to be Felines versus TDR. Ended up being Gawain versus TDR. And oh boy, this game was interesting. I don't know how to really
If I
describe
had a
it.
nickel for every time Gawain surprisingly subbed in and fricked up my predicts in some way, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot,
I'm
but
su-
it's
I'm
weird
su-
that it happened twice.
I'm surprised it also has happened twice. And the one time he succeeded, this time he completely effed up. Like, first of all, Gawain had hazards, very hampered on against him. Seeing as how he had no real hazard removal, like, maybe the Corviknight, but it was bulk upset, which doesn't really run thing, right? Doesn't really run defog. Maybe rapid spin on this thing, but eh, it just wasn't a well built. Again, steel, like Drew said, steel isn't really that much of a good type to bring in. Yeah, you have bulk, but it's just gonna be overrun by the bulk. Bulk, but not much power. He then tried to go for Focus Blast to hit Overquill twice, but missed, giving him more trouble, giving him more things to worry about. Um, yeah,
That was unfortunate.
TDR just kind of started to play better at the end, using Sableye to burn both Iron Shreds and Corviknight, even encoring it, to further cripple Gawain, just giving TDR a safe win. So, PokeArt, you were wrong. TDR did eventually win the BLT game.
What sort of quote are you referring to? Did I ever say he would never win a BLT game or
I'm pretty sure.
something?
I'm pretty sure you said it in a past video.
I don't know. That seems harsh for me to. That seems harsh, even for me.
You are. Alright. And then, finally, we got the Pangoros beating the Dressrosa Dracovicious, not allowing the Dracovicious to make playoffs, which were really unfortunate. I really wanted the Dracovicious to make playoffs. Um,
Yeah, because I don't think Bleach and GXE have very good. I don't think they have very. They don't have a great track record in related tours in terms of doing well in them.
They got
So
good
I was kind of
teams.
hoping
They got a good
they
setup.
don't. I don't think they've ever actually made playoffs in one of these tours related tours yet. So I was
No, I don't
hoping
think
they
so.
would,
No, I don't think
but
so. 2 years in a row,
they
nothing
didn't.
sounded. So first up, we got 3D versus Clean. This didn't happen, unfortunately. Her versus Starreal though, and Starreal surprising us with a win over her. Um, if, after this was kind of an evenly matched play for like the first couple of turns. Then Starreal started to pick up the advantage after Herb tried to use an Amherst's flamethrower to kill Amoongus to no avail. Instead, letting his Dragapult be put to sleep and then getting foul played. Um, which was a very unfortunate thing for Herb to do, honestly. Like, yeah, it was yeah, just getting yawned afterwards and then just being put to sleep by being spored and then being put to sleep. But it was kind of fortunate. Maybe he tried to outpredict it. Maybe it was going for his own Dragapult, I guess. But nah, he was just put to sleep, get foul played, and then boom, gets grass knotted to death. And Stureo just kind of outplayed after that, using bulk upgrade Tusk to kill the rest of his mons. Yeah, Stureo won pretty handily too, if I might say so myself. Next up, we got Richard Millie Plain versus Ainscrad. This one was oh, this was an interesting game to watch. First
It
of
was one of the first ones that happened, right?
it was one of the first ones that happened, but it was still an interesting game to say the least. First of all, Terra Dragon Miraidon, crit killing Clodsire, just put Ames at a pretty high disadvantage, as it took care of both Skeledirge and Gothitelle afterwards. Calyrex Ice, living two stomping tantrums from Koraidon in order to kill it, and eventually Terrifier Chi-Yu tried to revenge sweep for Ainscrad, but Arceus E-Speed was just too healthy, giving Richard a completely plain W. So yeah, those first few Miraidon turns really kind of set the bar for Ainscrad and just put him at a huge setback, as he needed this, and this to try to offset some of the bigger attackers in Richard's team. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and ultimately
Oh man.
he picked up an L here. All right,
Oh
next
man. Ainstar lost to Hacks and Data Mew.
again,
Can't believe it.
again.
If you get it, you get it.
You get it, you deal with it. All right. Next up, Yu. Wesh Papillon versus Sheba.
Oh my god. Hey, hi. Okay.
Hey, Drew, give me some insights about this game.
Here. Okay. Yeah, I remember watching this game. So this is like if you look at preview, you'd be like, oh, this is gonna be a game. But what I told Wesh after, because I watched it, um, literally just kind of lost at preview with the really inability to break Screamtail at the end of the day. And really all Sheba did was um, using his Dunsparce, he was able to surprise, but not really surprise because flamethrower is expected. But flamethrower weaken, burn the Tinkaton. There's no wish support, and then once the Tinkaton's gone, literally Screamtail just walls the entire team, especially because there's no sludge bomb on the Gastrodon for some reason. So it was just kind of game over.
The
Um,
Dunsparce itself is a pretty odd bring by Sheba. Like, is it? really used a lot in NU? Maybe just a kind of a.
Not a lot, but it's not like bad. Like it's like the Dunsparce is for show like a really cool option that you can bring.
Hmm.
Despite it being an Enumon.
Yes, but you use a very versatile tier, and there's a lot of cool things you can bring.
Definitely, yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, I mean, I've seen the Dunsparce used. I even played around with it myself. It's really cool. So yeah, like in EU, there's no like I never like hate on the usage of a Pokemon. Just because like there's just a lot you can do with a lot of different things.
That's
Um,
true. Yes.
which is really really cool. Is one thing I really appreciate about the tier. Um, but yeah, no, I just think West just kind of lost that on his inability um to break through Screamtail at the end of the day. You gotta be Sludge Bomb and Gastrodon in my opinion. You can
Hmm.
drop Earth Power, but never drop Sludge Bomb. Um, I think you should have played a little safer with Tinkaton.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
and probably reserved his Terra for Palma and Terra Electric, which would give him the ability to beat Screamtail, and also Screamtail outspeeds. And if you Terra Electric, it's no longer subjected to a super effective Dazzling Gleam. So, yeah, I think there were things that Wesh could have done, but most of it was just in the builder that he lost.
Yeah. Screamtail definitely was the MVP of this game. Just Sheba absolutely playing around it well. It seemed like Pep had a chance though with the crit Ice Punch kill. At a certain point, but Screamtail just went in and claimed 2 kills in the form of Gastrodon. And then, oh no, Encore Gastrodon enough to make it even once more for Shiba and Pep. And then towards the end, yeah.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen Sheba win because his opponent couldn't kill Screamtail, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's unfortunate that it happened twice, and one of those times was with TMM.
Yeah.
There is also turn 54, which was kind of interesting. Terrafire Scizor just kind of failed to kill the Salamence by a bullet punch, and then crit Draco Meteor happened, which was unfortunate for Shiba. But yeah, the Dunsparce, Boomer Sweep, in the end, Shiba very well played that game. Maybe could have played a little bit around Screamtail more, but hey, it was felt crippled by the end there. Next up, just Franco versus MJ. Poker.
Haven't seen it, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, PokeArt. Surprised by any of this because even looking at the teams, even looking at the teams here, like Franco brought Stall.
Oh dear.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this a
Franco's
long
so
game?
It's a pretty long game. Um, Sableye kind of outplayed with Terra fighting against Terra fighting Heracross with Encore, and then this is a funny thing that happened in this game. Blissey having Trick to counteract Gardevoir's Scarf tricking. That was cool.
What?
That was a cool set to have. Let me show. Let's show the good folk where it happened.
Are we
There's the scarf. There's the scarf Gardevoir tricking the Blissey first of all, and then turn 35 happens. Gardevoir goes for the Shy Shock, and then tricks back the freaking scarf.
Well, I never really thought about it like that. I will say.
That's hype. That's a hype play by freaking Franco to have. Yeah, if you want your Blissey's to not get crippled by the scarf, you trick them out. Overall,
Break it back, yeah.
check it out, check it back, yeah. Overall, though, very long stall game, very, very, very long. Franco just basically whittled down MJ's mons very, very efficiently and ultimately won. Uh, next,
Expected no less.
next up though was Enhelio versus Sword Strike. It is weird that Enhelio posted this win post with the freaking link and not the replay link, but okay. At least it's
Oh, bruh,
there.
I didn't even realize that. So that's why it just takes me to smog tours when I try to open the battle.
Hilarious, 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 hilarious. Um, yeah. First part of this game saw the switching process between the Seneconda, between both Seneconda actually, and Helio utilizing a pretty unique Braviary set, which had agility, acrobatics, and sky attack with power herb to kill Sandaconda, who missed a Stone Edge. Um, Oricorio was preparing to sweep, but Helio countered that by critting it with Jolteon, giving Helio the edge by the end. Yeah, the last turn saw the crit happened. Poor Oricorio wasn't able to get a big break, and then unfortunately no, it's not the end. It's like turn 27. The Thunderbolt critted. Oricorio just couldn't get killed. Ultimately, God died. That the end for Sword Strike.
Can I ask why there were 6 straight turns of switching?
In the beginning, I don't know. Feeling
Yeah.
process, feeling each other out, basically.
Yeah, but like, are they doing some like 200 IQ plays or something? They just keep switching
Knowing them, maybe,
and then switch again, and it goes back and forth. And 6
maybe,
straight
maybe,
turns of it.
maybe. But yeah, that was a interesting matchup. It was an interesting matchup. Not very, but it went in Anelio's favor, which all that matters. Next up, we got Medaya versus Dugza. Sliggoo tried to be a threat early on in the early goings of this game using Curse, Outrage, and Rest Talk, but Terra Fairy Mischievous put a stop to that. Overall, though, the game was completely in Dug's favor. Able to Wave Crash with Basculin for the sweep, generally outplaying Medaya at every turn to win. Very kind of a not a short game, but certainly a game of all time.
A game of all time. Is that so? I didn't see this game.
Well, actually, no, it wasn't much of a game of all time from the way you describe it, but it was a game of all time.
But from the way I described it, I haven't seen it. What are you talking about?
You don't have to see it. It's a pretty normal game, to be honest. Doug's just kind of dominated Medaya.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Next up, though, Drifting versus Loki Fan. This one was an interesting game because
In which it paid off for me to predict against Loki Fan for once. Hooray!
for once, right? Drifting's Mudbray surviving a blizzard in order to rock slide the Snover, not kill it, because it did something important later, which was Terra Ground. Terra Ground Snover, which killed Glimmet and even chipped an ice shard out of Voltor Basui. It would seem like a Loki fan win by that point, but Drifting brought
Had
this.
he kept the Snover, maybe.
Had he kept the what?
Had he kept the Snover, maybe. I feel
Right.
that Snover was very good into this matchup, and he let it die early.
He let it die early because the Shurdle came in, and then proceeded to do its thing. Sword Stance, Grassy
Oh,
Seed,
here we go
last
again.
Knock off, knock off, knock off. Even Anhelio was like, not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of seeing this set win every damn time. I agree.
Yeah, this kind of happened like in almost all the LC games, or
Yeah,
if not
it did.
all.
Nearly all LC games. 3 out of 4 LC games had the Strudel winning.
I like how in the LC games it's like everyone collectively had the same thought. I'm gonna bring this strudel, and nothing will stop me.
Nothing can stop me. I'll freaking bring it, and then I'll freaking use the Sword Stance, and I use the Terror Blast, and I use the Gunk Shot, and the Knockoff. There. Yeah.
I click buttons and win.
Yep, I click and win.
Funny strudel go burr.
Next up, though, Raph versus Zern. This kind of this was kind of a win from turn one, basically. Like Cleaver and Tinglu leads from Raph really benefited him in the long run, as the hazard stack, as the rocks came in with the stone axe plus the die plus the spikes. I mean, immediately crippling Zern, and then Raph just kind of dominated Zern, using Sucker Punch Chien Pao to remove Basculegion, removing and then using Jet Punch to immediately kill Chien Pao. So basically, just to the left of the Dragonite and the Heatran. Zern with a nice comment here. Um, in the end, Raph just kind of won and dominated, using the Flutter Mane at the end. Win. Yeah, that's all there is much to it. Well done, Raph, for
And y'all
again.
doubted me.
Hmm?
And y'all doubted me when I said Raph would win here.
Well, it just depended on matchup, okay?
But there though.
Raph good, Zern better, but Raph had the solid had the solid team and won. Uh, and then finally, final game to cover. Not much of a game actually. It was just Spitfire dominating TGA for the most part.
Oh, I see funny water go burr.
Funny water go burr indeed. Using Greninja well to get easy shots at Dark Pulse against TGA's Ghost team. Gastrodon and Toxapex managing to outplay both Fluttermane and Spectrier. Uh, with TGA just succumbing enough to the poison in order for the W for Spitfire's team. It was a very slow motion kill, but it was an expected kill. Spitfire won. Pretty easy.
Allow me to just say, Hisuian's, I was about to say Hisuian Zork, but no. But
No.
no, Hisuian Samurott and Greninja into a Ghost MU. That's unfortunate. That's
It is
pretty
pretty OP.
unfortunate.
It is a pretty OP combo to have, yeah. So that was it for our coverage. Let's take a look at the predictions chart and see who won this week. I
I'm
count.
gonna take a guess, even though for once I wasn't the one to tally it up. I'm gonna guess I won.
Well, you're right. Because in third place was me with 16 points.
16?
Well, matchups. Well, some of the
Oh,
matchups are dead gamed, okay?
well, yeah, but that is not even half still. I think 35 games happened. There were 5 dead games, and you only got 16 of those right.
Wow, ice. Yeah, I didn't even break half for the second week in a row, I might add. In second
Are you
place,
sure it's the second week in a row? It's
it's the
actually
second
the
week in a
third.
row. It's the second week
It's
in a
the
row.
third week in a row.
Third
It's
week,
the
are you kidding
third
me?
week in a
No,
row.
no, I won't believe it.
You got 18 in week 5, 19 in week 6, and 16 in week 7.
This may have been the most miserable. If the full 40 games had played, this would have been the most miserable freaking. This would have been the most miserable run I've done. So yeah, in second place we have the special guest Brochet with 19 points, and your
which
winner.
is over half considering the number of
Shut up.
games.
And first, coming in first is your new reigning defending undisputed champion, PokeArt 2004 with 24 points.
And thing is, I think I initially predicted Plaz to win in Alfuson versus Plaz, but changed it to Alfuson, so I might have actually been 25.
Yeah, 25 out of 35. Good freaking job, PokeArt. You get your belt back. You're a 3-time champion, sure.
Yeah, I'm back. I got the good predicts now.
All right, semis predicts time. Drew,
No,
start.
no, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, and I want dinner, please.
Fine.
Can we have a break so I can eat and then predict?
Go. All right, predicts time. First off, the Primal Pair Pangoros versus the Phantom Trout. All right, let's start off with SVOU. 3D versus Dunox.
Um. So 3D's barely played, and the one time he did play, I think he lost. And Dunox has been doing for most of the season, and uh hasn't even been doing OU for most of the season. So I don't know.
What do you think, Drew?
I'm a Donox hater, so all of me wants to predict against him. That being said, he's a really good player, though he's performed terribly this tour. Lost twice to ACT, so I think his investment is just non-existent. But Fragments is a tryhard, so he's gonna bully Dunox into caring. Oh, I don't know. Because I think Lax is gonna win. So if I say Dunox, that means Troop sweeps.
Wait. This is 3D versus
No,
Dunox.
I know. I'm just thinking big term. I don't think Troop sweeps.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
predict 3D. I'm gonna predict 3D because Dunox is ugly.
All right, PokeArt, what do you think?
I have no idea. I just stated that. So who do you think, Micoy? Huh?
Okay, so both players haven't had the best season, but I think comparatively speaking, Dunox is the better player here than 3D, so I think I'm gonna go for
Is
Dunox.
he? Do
Well,
we know that?
well, he beat Gab in OU.
Well, I don't know how much of a feat that is because, it's OU, and OU is an absolute shiz show right now.
So what do you think?
What? Uh, so you think Dunox, Mikoy?
Yes.
Okay, I think I will agree with Drew and go with 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see how it is. Once again, retaining your title. All right. Next up, Fat Batman versus Lax. Oh God.
I understandably yes, Fat Batman may be undefeated, but it's lax.
I agree.
Well.
I don't. A fat Batman could literally save a burning building and rescue a bus full of children falling off a bridge. But I'd still predict Lax because Lax is just he's a top 50 Pokemon player on this site of all time easily. So yeah. I
I
mean, Fat
agree.
Batman has
Mm.
a TC badge and Lax has 2 trophies. So just in terms of skill, it goes to Lax.
Yeah, I agree. Fat Batman can't have that undefeated streak any longer, having a 3-0 victory. One of them due to act, and two of them due to what the hell kind of plays. Yeah, Lax.
Also, Lax also has a TC badge thing, but like it's
Trophies.
former for him. But it was a top one, not a normal one, a top one.
Exactly. So Lax to win. You can't have a 3-0 player
Yes.
anymore. Please stop the fat Batman. Stop the obese Dark Knight's record, please.
Please Dark Knight. Oh, if I still wrote out my predicts, that'd probably be an alias I'd give him.
Yeah. All right. Next up, SV Ubers. Richard Millie Plain versus Mashing.
I want to say Richard.
Richard. All right. Drew.
Yeah.
Oh God. Jeez, one sec. Let me look at the spreadsheet. I need to see what these dudes' records are. Oh my God, they're both mid.
They're both mid.
They're both mid. Oh no.
They are both mid. If you look at their records. What?
Oh, hey.
Where's what? Does anyone know what country Richard Millie Plain is from?
I don't want to assume.
So.
They're
Let me
really they got it. If they're not British or American with that name, I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Mashing is from Spain. I gotta go with the Spaniard here.
Mashing. All right.
I'll say Mashing. I don't know. They're both. If you look at their records, Mashing is 2-3, and Richard Millie Plain is 3-3. And Mashing beat Aberforth. Mashing beat Aberforth, and I don't know. They're both so unimpressive. And like not in a disrespectful way, just like objectively speaking. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Mashing. I don't know. That's a coin toss.
Also, from what I can see, Richard Millie Plain is indeed European. I just don't know what country.
Both these players.
I don't think it's UK though.
Oof. Both these players have middling records, but we've just I kind of now has a clear picture in how they play. Like getting mashed up against each other. No pun intended. It's a 50-50.
I think you very much intended that pun. You said mashed and not matched.
50-50. It's a 50-50 gamble for both of them. So I think I'm gonna be safe and go for Richard. I think Richard is the better player of the two.
Better and Ubers. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Medaya versus Roche in UU.
Roche.
Drew?
Yeah, I agree. They know the tier better. This is exactly what's gonna happen. Medea is either gonna bring some sort of cheese offense or they're gonna stall because they don't know the tier. And I guess their mono is so bad that they couldn't put DJ and UU, so they had to slot them in mono. So Medea is gonna try to cheese the win somehow. And Rashi should know that, so they should prepare, and they're better at the tier, and they should win. If they don't win, I'm gonna cry, but they win. So they win for sure.
Wait, who is the Pangoro's motto? Wait, it's Maroon.
I guess Maroon got benched because they've had a bad season.
Yeah,
I guess Maroon is 1-3. Yeah.
Most and foremost, yeah. But yeah, I agree with the both of you. I think Roche has proven himself to be quite the commodity in UU, whereas Medea has had some ups and has some downs. So Roche definitely has more knowledge of the tier, and it's Roche. Like, good player.
Yeah, good player, clearly. Cool dude, too. Good guest.
Yes. Next up, we got Just Franco versus Ender in RU.
Well, he may have beaten Arsenal, but I don't think lightning strikes twice.
Did you say Arsenoob?
No, I didn't. What? You're making stuff up. I said
Hello,
Arsenine.
hello, audio problems. I thought I heard Arsenoob.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, you're wrong, Micoy. Your ears, they clearly do not work.
anyway, who do you pick? Who do you pick then?
I think I just stated who I think wins. I said he may have beaten Arsenine, but lightning does not strike twice.
But Franco's never faced Arsenine.
I'm talking about Ender. He beat Arsenine, Micoy.
I know, I'm just trolling. Yes, it's Franco. I'm going also with Franco. Just the best RU player we had aside from
Yeah,
Arsenine.
it's just Franco. You just go with Franco because it's just
Drew,
Franco.
what do you think?
I
And like
agree.
we have Drew here, who's
I would
just
lay down my
Drew.
life for just Franco. I would kill thousands of men and women, but not children,
I
because they're so
agree.
young
I agree
for
completely.
Franco. And he's also, I mean, Franco's like disgustingly good at this game, and he's also like been insane this year. Like every team tour I've seen him in, he's had an amazing record. Plus, he's like done really well in UU individuals. And Ender's just like all right. Ender's not a bad player, but they're not. I don't think they don't compare to Franco. So Franco should win this. Granted, he gets a good matchup.
Yep, yep.
You mentioned UU, but bear in mind this is RU.
Oh, I don't care. Franco's a freaking god, man.
Lower tier. Yeah, lower tier is PokeArt. Lower tier is
Oh,
Franco
I mean,
doing great.
he's 7-0. He's the only 7-0 player in this entire tour.
Oh, oh my god.
You're right. Holy crap. He's so good.
Yeah.
He might go all the
I
way.
wish you played Arsenine. It would have been such a highlight match.
Ah, yeah. Do better next time, Bundles. Jeez. Alright. Next.
Well, I don't think there's gonna be a bundles next time.
We'll talk about that next week. First off, the NU and Helio versus Danny.
Oh.
Kind of liking this draw, to be honest.
Oh.
What do you think, Drew?
That's
I think I agree with Drew. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't think Danny's played NU this entire tour, and Helio has, and he's undefeated in it. They're both such good players. I feel like the way this is going, I'm going to predict the Troop to win, even though I think the Pengoros should win. But I'm going to have to go with Helio. I think he just performed better.
Alright. PokeArt, what do you think?
You tell me first, Micoy.
I'm gonna say Danny. As much as I want Helio to win, I think Danny has a certain edge to him, and it's just a gut instinct that I think Danny will win against Helio. So I'm gonna go with the opposite here.
Ah, yes, a gut instinct.
Hey, you're the originator of that, woman.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't say instinct wrong.
Bruh. Anyway, who do you think?
Uh, uh, um, um, Emilio, maybe?
Helio? Okay. I'll record that. Alright, next up we got
I wouldn't be surprised if Danny wins, though. That guy's great.
Me too, me too. Both players are great. I wouldn't be surprised if either won. Next up, XPU. It's Wesh Papillon versus Acrotix. I'm kind of surprised it's not Wesh Papillon versus Danny. A little bit surprised.
I mean, yeah, I kind of would have liked to see that. It would have been a match between the friends.
Also, freaking Inhaler versus Acrotix. Woo! That's a matchup. That's a highlight matchup and a half.
Yeah, damn. Damn.
But who do you pick? Okay, art.
Who do you think plays better? It's hard to say.
It's hard to say, especially in PU, where I've not seen Actortix play. Pap, he
No,
got handily
Axortix
good.
did play in it, like, at least for a round or two.
But is it enough for me to formulate an opinion to see who is a better player? I don't know. In PU, I'd pick
Hold
Winston.
on.
I'd pick
Let me see,
Axe
where
definitely wins for sure.
Axe. Oh, well, yeah. Can they elaborate on your
Yeah.
reasoning?
Oh, I don't think Wesh is that good of a player. I mean, I think they're like 1-5 in this tour, and Axe is like as one is like 5-2 or something.
Yeah, it's very good.
So
Very good record.
yeah, no, I think wins this pretty handily. Just looking at like the Wesh game, like the UU game, just in terms of like how they prepped and played, not a big fan.
Definitely. Like their
So
better
no, I
tiers
don't think they
definitely look
win.
much more like PU, for example.
Yeah.
So PokeArt, are you
Oh,
ready to
right,
pick a winner?
this is Axortix versus Wesh, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Axortix wins. I think
Okay.
my mind I think my mind had it that this I think my mind sort of forgot that what matchup this was and sort of half defaulted to the last one we talked about and was like, oh, Axortix versus Danny. Who wins?
Oh.
And wait, nope, that's not the
That's the
thing
other one.
that's not right.
That's the other one.
Yeah, if it's between Axortix and Wesh, then yeah, Axortix, I think.
I
I
think
think
yeah,
Axortix.
I honestly go for Pap. Like honestly, like
Well,
I think Pap again, it may just be a gut instinct, or maybe because their PU game I feel is a bit stronger than they say Actor Texas PU. But um, again, PU can change in a dime. But I would love to be the betting man, and I would go for Wesh Papillon to win. Totally betting man instinct.
oh,
Anyway,
clearly.
next up, Drifting versus Ace Hunter. Didn't they face off like the previous round that these two teams met?
Yeah, I think so. And did Drifting win?
I think Drifting may have won that. Yeah. Check the prediction.
Lost versus Ace Hunter lost versus Grady. Uh oh. Micoy, I don't think they faced.
Oh, they didn't. Wow.
Yeah, no, apparently they would have, but Velvet subbed in for Drifting.
Oh yeah. So this is the actual matchup we're gonna get: Drifting versus Ace Hunter. Huh.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
I
hyped
think
for
Ace
this.
Hunter.
We're gonna say Ace Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Drifting. I think Drifting has had a much more consistent showing than say Ace Hunter has. What do you think, Drew?
It's another coin toss. I'd probably say Ace Hunter though.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised if either
I
won
gotta
this.
say, yeah, I won't be surprised if Drifting wins because Ace Hunter's favorite LC Mon just got banned.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Ace Hunter wins if if
I'm
the
saying
Drifting
that
matchup is a
based
little more
on his
consistent.
scouts, by the way. I'm saying that based on his scouts, by the way. I don't actually know if that's his personal preference.
I don't know. He just likes to use it.
Well,
Anyway,
I think everyone likes to use it too.
next up we got Raph versus Akarikokyo.
Oh, yeah, I think that's happened before.
Yeah, that
Feel like that does.
I feel like Raph won last time.
I feel like you're right.
So
Um, he's a Pangoro, yeah. Like Raph is 5-1. He did in fact beat Akaru Tokyo last time.
so Raph versus Akaru the rematch. That was in pre-home, right?
I believe it was, yeah.
So post home. It's interesting. It's interesting. Akaru definitely falls into like the standardish kind of play, while Raph has been overwhelmingly overcompensating for himself and absolutely doing so well, like unexpectedly so well.
Raffi's 5-1.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like Raph has a great record to his name, which I really didn't expect out of hindsight.
He only lost to Aragon, and like everyone's lost to Aragon, basically.
Yeah, but Aragon's just a beast. Okay. Yeah, I'd say Raph, to be honest.
I also say Raff.
Drew.
Yeah, I'll third that.
All right, Raph for all of us.
I'm gonna go with the better record in a tier. I don't really know.
SV Monotype, Spitfire Arcanine versus Me Hope.
Spitfire.
Ooh,
Drew, who do you think?
man, it's India versus Italy, bro. That's tough. Italians are kind of saucy at Pokemon, but so are India's crazy, and DJ's been on fire this year. But
Yeah.
oh, that's so hard. They're both so good. I would probably say DJ just because I think they're probably more motivated, and I kind of like how they've been carrying themselves. And Mihawk to me just seems like subbing in a good player because they can't. Their more active players aren't being as successful, but I think that DJ wins.
Yeah, I agree with all of us. Spitfire definitely has some of the craziest tech. He can build some of the craziest tech and still win. Like that's a Spitfire win, hands down.
He's the man who built the Terra Electric Growth Wochan in UU.
Yep.
He's a beast.
He's a god. All right. Next up is
And yeah, I also think he wins.
All right. Next up, we got the Flame Slinger Skeleturgis versus the Resort City Rufflets. Ooh. How is this gonna favor? Let's find out. First of all, SVOU, My Java versus Sylveon.
Oh,
I am hyped to shiz with this matchup. This is probably the best match of the week, honestly. Aside from another matchup we'll see later, but it's a matchup for all ages.
Although I weirdly get the feeling that My Java wins it.
My Java? Alright. What about you, Drew?
Yeah.
It's. I mean,
It's his teammate Micoy.
yeah. I like our OU lineup a lot. I
Certainly a big.
and Sylveon used Combines had a good tour. I don't know. I think OU matchups are going to be heat. I mean, obviously, I don't want to jinx anything, you know. So I won't say, but I think we got good players on both sides, and I really believe in our guys. So I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
That's all I can say.
I can jinx people because I'm recording these videos. So yay. I think Sylveon. I honestly think Sylveon. Java's had a good season, but I think Sylveon has just that edge. Edges it out just slightly. I won't be surprised if My Java wins because My Java can easily pull out some tech that we've never seen before and make it work. Like he's just that mysterious of a player. But yeah, Sylveon definitely an established name and has had good success in SVOU. To warrant a prediction here. All right. Next up, we got Balor versus ACR1. Huh. Interesting matchup. This one. Next up, Balor versus ACR1. Kind of an interesting matchup. This one.
Huh. Yeah, that is interesting. I'm not really sure who wins.
Yeah, Balur is the GOAT. This one I will not stay silent on. The Canadian man, myth, and legend, Balur. He's been benched for too long. Not because he's bad, but just because he wanted to be benched because he's weird. But now he's off the bench and he's going to ride into the sunset on his white steed like Gandalf and Lord of the Rings, The Rise of the Two Towers, and he's just going to demolish the orcs, aka the rufflets, Balor and two. Yeah.
Is this a reference to something?
I don't know, man. I'm tired.
Balor is the Lord of the Rings. Took you 6 weeks to actually get there.
Yeah, he's Gandalf, bro.
What do you think, PokeArt? What do you think of this matchup?
I always so quick to ask me. What do you think? Huh?
You're the one who knows these two.
Do I? I know Balor, but do I actually know ACR1? No, not really.
Comparing these two, I'd say Balor is the better player. Yeah, I'd say Balor as well.
Well, let me look at the smoke and join dates.
Really? That's how
Yeah,
you judge
Balor's
people?
more experienced.
What?
I said Balor's more experienced.
Yes, he's been around since 2016.
So, you know what? I think they'll go with Balor because he's more experienced.
Okay, that's a fair assumption. SV Ubers, Fogbound Lake versus FC, which I believe has happened.
Wait, let me see. Let's see, W versus Trimmer Lane. It has happened, and FC lost.
FC lost. Oh yeah, this was one of the few games FC lost at. So
This is only lost, actually.
It's only lost.
I'm still going FC.
I'm also still going FC.
Sorry, Drew, but Fogbound Lake's gonna pull the same.
I believe in Germany. Fuck Canada. Go Fog.
What? But like the lower.
Oh yeah, no, I support Canada for Balor, and then when it comes to FC, I hate Canada. Canada sucks. They're too polite. Their syrup stinks. They're also burning to the ground. Rest in peace, trees. But
wow.
Go Germany.
All right, so
Fog is funny. Literally, I don't know if he's joking or not, but he wants to win this tour and then spend his winning money on toast. And I'm not joking. So I want him to get his toast. Really bad.
I mean, it's a
I hope he wins and gets all the toast he wants.
Yeah, well-deserved toast if he wins. A well-deserved come
Yes.
by. All right, SVUU, Drew versus Udon.
Oh man.
When are you playing?
That's a good question. Friday. Wait. Friday at 9 p.m. -4 Eastern Standard Time.
All right. I can catch that.
Okay.
I can catch that.
I can catch.
I can record that live with a live reactions.
Are we going to like record live all the semis games or something?
No, not all. There's just the ones we catch live.
But what if you're like at work or something when they happen, Micoy?
Exactly. The ones we catch live that involve me recording the match live.
Okay, so that probably means I'll be watching half of them live while you're at work.
Exactly. So this one will be hard to record live, but actually no, this isn't hard to record live. I can actually record this live.
Yeah, we just established that.
So I'm going Drew.
I'm also going Drew.
Great choice.
I just feel bad for Udon Girl.
I also feel bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Udon Girls had a rough season. I hope she impresses again, but Drew's too good, man. Drew's too good.
Yeah, that JustDrew guy. He's pretty good.
They've done okay. We will see. We will see.
Hope you bring some crazy tech, and I'll be impressed.
Oh, I don't worry. I got things cooking in the kitchen. Don't
Yeah,
sweat.
let's see that cooking.
Oh, he's in the kitchen.
He's cooking, boys. He's cooking. All right. Next up, Michael Derbest versus Plaz. I feel so bad for
Oh
Plaz.
my god, not again!
I feel so bad for Plaz.
Look at
Not
the shiny
again!
new pink trophy. Look at the shiny new pink trophy. Oh, Smogon Tour Season 35 champion Michael Derbesta. Oh my god.
He's
Oh
so
my!
good. Michael is literally like top 10 Smogon players for me. We talk about top 10 players on the site. Michael Derbest is definitely belong in my top 10.
Bro's the trophy from an individual tour, and he's got a UUPL champion thing on his thing, and he's probably done a frick ton more that's not even shown. He's
Goated.
too good.
Goated. Exactly. Michael better be cooking. I hope Plas has fun. I just hope Plas has fun with this matchup. All right, next up, SVNU, Togkey versus Piyush. Kind of a close one, this one.
This happened, no?
Did this happen?
I
Oh
think it
god, don't
did.
ask me, man. I don't know.
Let's see.
I think it did. Yeah, no, yeah, Piyush
It
won.
did. Piyush won.
Piyush won?
Mhm.
Well, what if we have predicted it, PokeArt?
Uh, um,
I want to say yes for me.
you're thinking Piyush wins again?
Yeah, I would think Piyush would win, yeah.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, as much as I want to root for Togkey, I think Piyush. I think it's just Piyush, man. Piyush can be goaded in any
Believe
season.
believe it or not, Piyush is 5-1.
As of recent, or is this after the match?
Uh, this is now.
This is now. So yeah, Piyush is good. Like Piyush is good. Togkey, all right. Yeah, has a okay season, but Piyush is goaded.
Yeah, Toki's like 3-3 right now, but Piyush is 5-1.
Yeah. And now, looking forward
I'm
to
actually shocked. Piyush has done really well. Oh my god.
yes. SVPU. T-Leonard versus Tenebrasite.
Oh wait, has this happened?
Oh, please tell me that it doesn't already happen. I would have killed it. I would have
20
killed T-Leonard.
is
Like,
4-1.
No, I think
Oh,
I think they dead gamed or something.
they did
they
dead game.
did.
They did
They
dead game.
did. They did dead game.
So we better see this fucking match happen.
The week better not be decided by the time this match happens.
Please don't. I want to see my boy Tenebrasite win. I'm gonna go with Tenebrasite.
I'm going with Telenet because Telenet's my boy.
And Drew, it's your boy as well, so Tenebrasite for you as well.
I would. Yeah, Planet. I like. I drafted him for UFPL and he killed it for me. He's a lad. He's a stud.
Boy's mad lad. Boy's a mad lad. But Tenebrasite, for me, it's up and coming. But man, the way he plays, it's just on another level. I'm a fan.
No, he likes Bisharp. He's a loser. So.
Ouch!
Bisharp's a
Support for
bad
all the
Pokemon.
Bisharpsters.
Why did it even you, bro? It's bad.
Really?
Terrible.
Yeah. Shout out
I mean,
to
it was OU last year, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, it was.
But
And
now
now
it
it's Eviolite
sucks.
because King Gambit exists.
Yeah.
All right, SVLC round 3 between GEB and Hacker.
Round 3.
Remember, they fought in the
Oh,
LC
right.
Yeah,
LC Winter Seasonal.
LC Winter Seasonal.
Yeah,
Let's just see.
I think Hacker wins though.
As much as we want to,
Greedy is 2-5, unfortunately for
as
him.
much as we want to say greedy, yes, it's Hacker. So it's Hacker.
The upset.
Yeah.
The upset. I mean, I'm a realize.
Greedy is one of those players who I
Greedy
had high potential on. Honestly,
I mean, yeah, Hacker's like really good at LC, but the upset is coming.
I hope.
Allow me to just point out that they have inverse records.
They have inverse records.
Yeah, Greedy is 2-5 and Hacker is 5-2.
Inversely proportionate, my man. All right. Next up, this already happened. You can watch our live reactions here next week. We have Chris Numbers versus Aragon, and
I think Aragon probably wins.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
That's my
I
gut
think so
feeling.
too.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think
Like
so too.
Aragon's goated, man. Like he's got what?
Can't believe you would pick against your own teammate though, Drew. That's so
Harsh.
mean.
Oh, no, it's unfortunate.
I know.
It's funny how they both have 5 numbers in their name.
Yep.
You're
I
right.
honestly just noticed that.
Yes, me too.
Now that's hilarious.
Chris Numbers versus Aragon Numbers. The better 5 number wins.
Yes.
And finally, SV Monotype. SV Monotype, we got Tear Acid versus TDR.
Oh,
Finally, Tear Acid is slotted in Monotype, which, thank God.
He was last week though.
He was last week, but
No, he wasn't last week.
no.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Wasn't that
RU.
um?
Bro, he was an RU.
Yeah, Tier was an RU.
Right.
Yeah.
And wait, who faced Failburn? Who faced Failburn? Oh, that was JoJo.
That
was JoJo who faced Failburn.
Yes.
Right, I got a little confused because I remember Tier talking a lot in that battle.
Yeah. So finally, a slot Tear Acid. Tear Acid excels at which is Monotype against TDR, who's been. Yeah, I'm going Tear Acid.
I'm also going Tear Acid.
I think this is a funny matchup because I think everyone that's rooting for TDR thinks Tear Acid sucks, and then everyone that's rooting for Tear Acid thinks TDR sucks, and there's evidence of this. So they like all their fans think the other one's just like terrible. Like someone said that like a bunch of people think that like Tear Acid's unironically like the worst monotype player to ever play the tier, and then a lot of people think that TDR sucks. So I think this is just going to be a really funny game because like they're both so hated by different groups of people. So it's whoever this is like a really not even like in the scope of the week, but just for like ego and like mental health, like whoever wins this is gonna breathe a sigh of relief that they did not lose.
Yeah, it's interesting. TR.
So what do you guys who do you guys think wins? What were like the total of the things?
Well, let me count.
Skeletor, the Flame Slinger Skeledirges to win 6-4 as well.
Yeah, I think that both of these weeks will end 6-4 or 5-5 and go to tiebreaker. I would be really surprised if anyone wins 7-3.
These look close. These look pretty close.
I don't think there's a dominant win. I think it's either going 6-4 or it's 5-5 and going to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I went with
It's
Pengar
just
6-4 and I went Rufflet 6-4, which is interesting.
reasonable.
Well, this is
It's
interesting.
it's really competitive. I mean, there's some really competitive games. Like 3D Dunox and Fat Batman Laughs, those are both going to be pretty competitive. Just Franco, Inder, and Helix Danny, those are both going to be pretty competitive. Drifting, Ace Hunter, and Raf Acro, those are going to be very competitive. Our OU matchups are going to be very competitive. Fogbound Lake FC is going to be really, really competitive.
Yours is a much more yours is much closer than people expected. Like it's really like you could go either way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna be fun. I don't even care like
It's
in the
fun.
grand scheme
Yeah.
if we lose, because it's just gonna be a fun week. I mean, there's some good teams, some good players. I'm excited. I mean, I really want to win, but like
Everyone
whatever
wants to win.
happens. So I'm just glad to be here for the ride.
Yeah. Congrats on being a semifinalist, and hopefully we'll get to see you in finals, Drew, as well as your entire
Amen,
team.
brother.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Yeah, thank you, Drew, for being on this podcast. Sorry it took what 4 hours of your time, uh, but
Oh, don't worry.
but yeah, it was nice having you. Hope nice to bring you on for some UU insight that I never thought of before, and yeah, hopefully we get to see you again in a future video.
Yes, indeed. Choose.
Allow me to say thank you for agreeing to do this last minute, because we were literally scrambling to get a guest for the last 2 days.
Crazy what's going on behind the scenes. Hopefully next week we get a guest.
Also, you're the first Skeletors to actually be a guest on here.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, I
congrats.
know. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I know.
we've completed it, guys. We've had a player from each team actually participate in the videos.
No
Skeleton
way.
report
Took
lights.
this long, but we did it.
Yay! Anyway, thank you for enjoying this video. Please leave a comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you wouldn't miss a video once they come out. See you next week when we determine the semifinal winners and move on to our BLT Grand Finals.
Goodbye.
Hey, this has been Micoy signing out.
Oh, now I say goodbye. Goodbye.